Come on. Alright, we'll switch to this for a second. Come on. Alright, sent to him twice, but whatever. Okay, let's see if that worked. Still communicating. What the fuck? Oh, wait, no, I got it now. Okay. Am I able to send it? I don't remember. Was I able to? No, he has to send it. Let's make sure everything's good here. Okay, I think we're looking alright. We'll just have to watch out for people joining. Weight room. Interview. On iRacing already posted the stream, thank you. And he added everyone this time. Ooh, spicy. Oh, I gotta post it as well on mine. Whoopsie. My promo. Oh, that guy's there. No. Round 6 around COTA. Come see some nice. Hopefully. Okay. Let us see. No one in waiting room yet. Wash out the hair oil. What? Earlier, too? I'm fresh as hell. No way it's gonna be a full lobby. No shot. And Tammy's already pulling out of the race because it's gonna be a full quali. Unfortunate. Oops, and I accidentally had the review up. I guess this is a good time going through the review. I thought I still had it on stream start, but that's okay. A lot of action last night, and like I predicted, I just moved the scene. Okay, there we go. Like I predicted, a lot of penalties going around, shipping things up. So, looking at the Drivers' Championships, Suzuki moves up to P1 with Jesus right behind 77 GT, losing out 2 positions there. Mint jumping up to P7 with his debut. Calez P11 now after that finish. Good for happy to sub in. I saw a picture and it was completely full. He already found a reserve for him tonight. It's gonna be chaotic again. I think some rankings of last race. Mint coming in #1, well deserved, I would say. Tire usage for him, hard's 92%, really? I don't know what that's gauging, but sure. Consistency rating. This one took me by surprise. iRacing Noob number one over Mint in number two. Iceman number three. Jesus fourth. Honestly, a little high for the pole sitter. Klez fifth. I think that's deserving after they were P2 with an interesting finish. Some other movement going on here. We had some. This is the race results. Okay, I thought this was the drivers. What's the Mercedes Reserve put it in the top five? Ooh, that's a bold prediction there. I don't know who's racing for Mercedes Reserve. I can check right now, unless if it is you. That's always a possibility. Let us take a look. Saturday check-in. Mercedes Reserve, you say? Mercedes Reserve would be Rez 2.0. I think he's new to the league, missing out on the race last night. I believe that might be you by chance. Uh, let me see how many people we have in the lobby so far. Only 7 right now. We still got 5 minutes to race time, so this is a lot better than yesterday. We have Klez in the Aston Martin already loaded in, and sorry, I had a big sneeze coming. Andy in the reserve Aston Martin C. Both Alpines that finished last race will not be in here. Mintz and his mate Nugs both not participating tonight. Unfortunate to see from the debut race winner there. Let us look at the check-in as well, see what else we got going on. We have Klez. I think that we're gonna have it for an interview. Oh, we do. So let's go ahead and get Klez in here. Klez, good to finally talk to
Hey.
you. Wanted to reach out to you
Mhm.
last night after your debut race win. Or no, sorry, that was Mint. Sorry, I've been confusing you and Mint. I'm sorry, but I did want to talk to you last night, but we did miss out on your interview, I believe. So you started P2, finished P5. What happened through that race?
We talked before, but
Oh,
nah, I just got wing
oh,
damage in
that's
the
right. We
beginning
we
and the
talked
end,
before, didn't we?
and yeah, did
Yeah,
wing
that's right.
damage, and then I was managing a one stop. That
Yes,
was
yeah, you
about
had the
it.
wing damage there too.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that was unfortunate to see. So how do you feel going into COTA now?
I feel good. One of my better tracks. I did not practice, so we'll see
Ooh,
how
no
we
practice. All
how.
right.
Yeah. Well, that was busy. Yeah.
Okay. Street
Yeah.
circuit
Couldn't do
too, so
much.
hopefully we won't see 4 different safety cars tonight. Hopefully we can keep that number down. But it looks like it will hopefully be a packed field again. That will be exciting to watch. Full quali again. Are you excited?
I'm excited. Yeah, I'll have a teammate now, so that's always
Okay.
a plus
I
to
think
have.
is it a reserve though? Isn't it reserve?
It's an academy driver.
Oh boy.
He might not be the best, but
I
we'll
would
see if we
suggest
can't get him
asking
into
for a
Q2.
tow. Let's get a tow from him in Q2 or something there.
No, I'm gonna try to get him into Q2.
Oh,
I
you're
think
oh, it's gonna be a struggle for him to get to Q2.
it's Andy Chavo, but
I don't
hopefully
know, but all right.
I'll see him in other races. Hopefully he has better pace.
Okay. Mizzle, who's your team principal? Mizzle, right?
Mizzle, yeah.
Yeah. Have you spoken to him after the last race?
Yeah, we spoke briefly, but we mainly just texted. I was able to not get penalized for the end, so that was pretty
That's
cool.
good. That's good to see.
But I did, I a different incident. I did receive some penalty points, so I guess I'm
Oh,
gonna have to keep it a little more safe
I
than I
see.
usually do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to
Mhm.
hear. We didn't speak to you after the race. It was only before, wasn't it?
No, it was only after the
Oh, it
race.
was after, not before. Okay, and then I
Yeah.
believe I asked if you saw any of the incidents going on, and that you didn't really. I do have
No.
dementia, yes. Commentating like 4 leagues gives you dementia. This is also only my second time doing this league. So yeah, I definitely get dementia off of this shit. Names
Yeah.
names blend together when you're looking at the same 20 cars when you're commentating 4 and then racing in a few yourself. You don't know. You just know there's a car ahead and there's one behind and they want the spot
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, I commentate in a different league. It's pretty hard. And I only have one. I can't believe you're doing four different ones.
Well,
That's
four was a
insane.
theoretical number. I'm more so doing like
Oh,
seven.
oh my God. Yeah, you're crazy.
It's fun. It's fun, and the drivers enjoy
Yeah.
it. I got the time. Drivers enjoy it.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
I wa I watched the stream yesterday. It was enjoyable.
It was enjoyable for me too. Like I said, I tried to
Yeah,
catch up on as much action as I could, but it was happening everywhere in that one.
I and do you do the statistics as well
No,
in
so
this league?
someone makes those. I just snag them for free and then throw them in my stream.
Oh, because that was like dope to see that. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
noticed
we
in
have that
one of
up
the
right now. I'll actually switch it to the interview room since we are interviewing, but I've been going over that until you came in here. Yep.
oh shoot. I don't see it till after
Yeah, no,
I
yeah,
like
no
block
worries.
out all the noise. No,
Yeah.
I just didn't know that the league did that. And it was like nice because it showed like when you were battling and
Mhm.
stuff too.
Yeah, no, they
Stat.
have a lot of stuff for this league. I could throw in more, but it's too overwhelming for the viewers, some of the stuff that they have. So,
Yeah, I see that.
but we're gonna let you go as we have a few more wanting to get in here. Thank you for the time,
Yeah.
Claus.
Sarcles.
Sarkles. I still have in my head that he was calling you Claus. Sorry, Sarkles. Sarkles. We'll see you out there. Hopefully on the top step, if not the podium. Good luck.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Let us see. Who do we want to get into here next? We'll go ahead and
You should
grab.
do res.
I should do Rez next, you think? The Mercedes
Yeah,
reserve? He's asking for you
yeah.
one too. Alright, we'll get him in
No,
there.
no, you should tell him I talk shit to him too.
Okay, we'll say that you're faster than him. Alright, see you, Circles. Good luck. Alright, let's bring in Rez. Rez, how's it going?
Hello.
I heard from Circles that we should interview you next. I was thinking of who to go next, and he requested you. Any reason
Yeah.
why?
Um, from the tag, we're both from ERS. We're pretty good. He's good.
Okay.
Um, but I'm pretty fast, but like I said, I don't know because I'm new to DLR first race here.
Okay.
And I don't know how I'm gonna do against these people, but I'm not slow. I'm top like I say I'm probably top six, top five
Okay. Well, what's
if I
your
do
pace
good.
like compared to
But yeah.
Circles?
Um, being circles, I feel like I'm a little bit faster than him, in my opinion.
Every driver's gonna say
But
that to
if
their
he like
rival.
yeah. But like if he practices a lot more than me, then yeah, he'll be faster. But if I practice like it's the same as he does, then I'll probably be a little faster than him.
I gotcha, I gotcha.
Sure.
So, are you looking
Yeah.
for a permanent seat in this league, or you're hoping to hold on to a reserve seat and race when you can?
To be honest, I'm really looking for like a permanent seat.
Okay.
Depending on how I do this race.
Yeah. No, for sure. This league is a little bit tougher to get into as it's pretty competitive with only the one tier right now. Maybe if they added a second tier, it'd free up a little bit more. But yeah, hopefully we can see out there some more. So you're hoping for a podium as well then. I think there's gonna be a lot of drivers shooting for the podium.
Yeah. I know like it might be a little hard since I see Lone in here and I know he's really fast. But other than that, I don't really know anyone else.
Gotcha, gotcha. I believe Alone DNF'd the last race around Baku, so it'll be interesting to see the Williams and Ferrari up front this time. All three of them, I believe, were off the podium. Or, no, there might have been a Ferrari up there. Can't exactly remember. But nice speaking to you. We have a couple more drivers to get to before the race starts, so appreciate you taking the time and good luck out there.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Yep, see you, man. Okay, let's get iRacing in here. I did put him in the right room. I thought I didn't. iRacing, you there?
Oh, oh, yeah, I'm here.
So, ranked number one in the consistency pace last Grand Prix. How do you feel about that?
Uh, Pretty decent, pretty happy, even without my last race win. I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay. I believe, let me double check. Where did you finish last race? I believe it was P4, I want to say.
Uh, don't remember.
It was P4. You went from P11 to P4. Really good points for an out of the points start. I do remember now. You were out of Q2 after thinking your lap time was safe and not going out again.
Yeah.
Was that?
Basically, what happened there? Yeah. Uh, so I saw some people got disqualified, but they set good times,
Yep.
and the game said I was in P8 when
Yeah,
I
it did.
retired.
Yep.
And then when it goes to the menu, I see I'm P11, and I'm just thinking it's a game glitch.
Yeah,
But
so I had to actually confirm with my chat what was going on there. So what I can clarify for you, they had set times while they were out there already, and typically when you DNF in the pits, it will DNF you and convert you to the next session. But what they had done is they had DNF'd while on track, so they progressed to the next session, but were not able to participate within it. So it was like a weird halfway point in the game where visually they were below you, but their time still counted to get them to the next session, but they couldn't participate in it. It was a weird thing going on.
yeah,
So yeah, that was
yeah.
unfortunate to
Well,
see for that.
I've just never experienced that before, as we
Me
haven't done
neither.
full quality much. So now I know to set
Yep.
multiple times
Uh-huh.
beforehand. I wasn't feeling comfortable during quality, anyways. So
Ooh, that's not good to hear. How do you feel going into COTA?
also not confident,
Ooh.
but you know, I wasn't feeling confident yesterday. I still pulled off a P4 after where I started, so
Yep,
anything could happen.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Street Circuit Baku, we saw 4 safety cars throughout it. Texas, I don't expect to see as many, but you can certainly rely on at least one some point during the race, I would say. Especially
Yeah.
with these guys fighting the tough fight. They are very competitive and do not leave space for each other to make a mistake.
Especially how turn one is. I'm expecting a safety car on lap one, honestly.
It
So
is a very interesting turn. It's a very wide apex, but it leaves a lot of room on track. While taking the apex for people on the inside, you can easily go 4 to almost 5 cars wide at some points. So definitely watch carefully into turn one. I'm going to be spamming my buttons, switching between cars this race again, I think.
yeah, I'll be excited to watch it after.
Yeah. Did you watch back the last stream at all?
A little bit of it. I was able to watch about half of it.
Yeah, it was quite long. It looks like we lost our other interview, so we'll keep you on for a little bit longer here. How did you feel that race went? Do you feel like people were racing a little bit dirty, or of what you saw, was it mostly just racing incidents? How do you feel with the penalties and everything?
Definitely a little bit dirty, to be honest. With my incident with OWR, it just kind of seems like he always drives harder against me.
Uh-huh.
And uh, basically, what happened, he spun in front of me, accelerated, and it broke my front wing.
Oof.
And because I wasn't used to that, I kept on hitting the wall and then
Oh no.
understeering, and it just
Yeah.
caused a domino effect. So
Yep.
it lost me way too much time, to be
Yeah,
honest.
for sure. Yeah, not good to hear for that. So hopefully we'll have a bit of a better race here. Definitely managing ERS is critical with the long straights of COTA and the twisty turns. Have you got your setup dialed in? You don't have to tell your rivals what kind of setup you're running, but you can at least confirm if you're feeling comfortable on it.
Uh, to be honest, I've had a setup for a while. Not feeling the most comfortable on it, but I only did like 5 minutes of practice beforehand, so not a
Okay.
lot, but still feeling decent, honestly.
That's good to hear. Where are you predicting yourself? Are you expecting another top 5 finish, or are you just hoping for points?
Uh, with how the grid has improved over time since like season one,
Hmm.
I'm expecting maybe P6 or higher, maybe a podium if I get really lucky, but
Okay.
I don't think off of qualifying I'm gonna finish there. I think I'm gonna finish there off of race pace and strategy.
I see. Yeah, we'll definitely have our eye out. We have 2 Ferraris in the session, Lone and the Williams, a fast driver as a reserve, and Mercedes. Can't count out circles. There's going to be a lot of fast guys shooting for the podium, not leaving a lot of room for you guys to pick up big points. So it's going to be interesting to see. Definitely going to have to beat out some big names if you want big points today, for sure, iRacing.
Yep.
All right, well, we appreciate you taking the time. Good luck out there. Try and keep it as clean as you can, and we hope for a good finish for you.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. See you after the race, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be because you're on the top step, or at least the top
Yep.
3. All right, we'll see you.
Yep. All right. Bye.
Well, there you have it, guys. Some confident drivers, some fast drivers, and we will see what we have going on. And the Discord, full quali at 1 a.m. for 77 is crazy work. Okay, so we almost have the full grid lined in, I believe. Let me just check my messages one last time before we focus in on this race for the next while, as it is a full quali. We'll eat up a bit more time. Yeah, we have 19 registered drivers so far. We'll run you through what we have. We have 2 kicks, 2 V-carbs. Looks like 2 McLarens, 2 Alpines, 2 Ferraris, 2 Mercedes, 2 Haas. Pretty much have 2 of each team. I think we're just missing 1. What are we missing? Everyone's already up. 1 Williams is, I think, what we're missing. Yeah, just the 1 Williams. So the session will start pretty good on time. It's only 9 minutes past start time. A lot better than the last time. Gonna pull up Discord on my phone so I can check that intermittently. So you can see we have quite the full grid once again. Last time we had a full grid and we only finished 11 drivers, I think, crossed the line at the end. So hopefully we have a few more. Let's hope for at least 15 finishers. That's my target for this group tonight. As we are entering qualifying session 3. Or 1. This is quality session 1. Be embarrassing if the commentator got that mixed up, but he didn't. As we are waiting for the first cars to come out, we will go ahead and get our data up. What is good, Jesus? Are we expecting another pole lap out of you tonight? A lot of fast drivers out there. No one yet to leave the garage. We saw this last time. A lot of people waited a few minutes until coming out into Q1 here. It was at least almost a full minute until one car came out, so we'll see how long they wait this time around. Almost crossing a minute as the first Aston Martin is coming out. It is the reserve driver of Andy. Andy, the first car out on track. Circles hopefully guiding him a little bit here to try and at least score some points for Aston Martin. As we have following 5-star Noah in the kick. I believe 5-star Noah, I commentated, was that earlier today? No. I think 5-star Noah's in another league that I'm commentating, I believe. Maybe. So we see more cars coming out. It looks like a McLaren and someone else. And we have a whole raffle of cars coming out now. Still some choosing to stay in. We see all this before last night as we see the amazing view over the hilltop coming down into the last turn before the back straight. Drivers are going to want a decently low downforce setup with this long straightaway. It will provide good overtaking moments, especially if you're going to be starting in the back of the field. We saw a lot of fast drivers last night starting in the back of the field. Both Ferraris, the Williams, and who was here but isn't now, Nitro. Nitro not participating tonight, was in the back of the field. As well, we have both Alpines not participating in this session. Both are reserve drivers for Alpine. Tough to see after such an amazing race for them last night. Drivers now looking to warm up the tires. Jesus still in the pits. We have another kick out. F4 is out. I That Man is out. Snook is out. Lone is out. So we have a couple of pretty quick guys out on track early. We'll see if it pays off for them. So we ride on board with Andy starting the first hot lap of the night. See what kind of times the drivers are going to be setting. I forgot to check what kind of times I have around COTA because I fucking hate COTA, as should most drivers. It's home turf, but I mean, I do not like the layout. I honestly do not. Like a nice and tidy through the S's. That's an early apex, but some heavy track limits there. He's been doing some practicing to find where the track limits are at and where he can push them. That was mighty impressive of a push through that corner. As he heads into the braking zone, entering the back straight. Eating up the ERS, getting his top speed. It's a good opening for the DRS as well. Backs out the ERS deployment. He's going to save it a bit for the second set of S's going into the third sector. It's obviously going to be a purple sector for him, as first we see a Williams off track right now. Lone Fiber out of the session already on his outlap. I don't know if he's quitting this race weekend or if he crashed or what happened, but he is done. He is done with quali. He might have, we'll check the Discord here, but he might be done. I'm checking the Discord. And I don't, he is typing, Lone just said that something happened. Obviously something happened, Lone. We appreciate the explanation on that one. Mighty impressive of a description. Lone telling us something happened, and that is why he is out of the session. Appreciate it, big guy. Jesus on an L lap now. We'll ride on board with Snook as F4 takes the fastest lap of the session. Snook with a good slipstream from a car ahead down the back straight. Eats up more battery than we saw from the Aston Martin. Aston Martin 4 seconds off of F4. They're going to have a mighty challenge, that second seat reserve Aston Martin, if they want to make it to Q2. As Scorch is a 43.7. Definitely had a mistake during that lap. There's no way that's on his pace. As That Man does a 33.0, close to the pace of F4. But we'll see what this mighty Mercedes can do. Reserve driver for the night. Nice and clean apex, pushing hard. He's already ate up his battery, so we'll see what kind of time he sets if he can take a early provisional pole for the session, and he does with a 32.4. It's 1.14 quicker than F4 currently is. Jesus on a hot lap now. We can see what kind of pace he has, as he has a purple sector 1 for Jesus. Pushing track limits a lot less. Might give him a better exit through that corner, as we're double checking now the Discord to see if Lone said something. Q1 grip is not it, yo, says 77. I think that Lone might have just put it in the wall or something. Great description, absolutely a great description. No idea what happened to him. As Jesus goes purple sector 2 as well. Looking for a good lap for Jesus. Could take an early provisional pole and set the tone for the weekend. Didn't get a chance to speak with him, but he might feel confident on this track. Yo, what's going on, Taylor? Looking to have a clean race hopefully tonight. We'll see you out there. Jesus keeping it nice and tidy as we see a kick Sauber ahead of him pull into the pits. We'll break down the timings after Jesus sets this lap. We'll see where he goes. He only goes P3. He sets a purple around each sector, but only gets P3. I'm a little confused by that one, but it is what it is. It's a 32.7, a tenth off of F4's pace, and 3/10 off of Snook, the reserve for Mercedes tonight. We have, as of right now, both Saubers 8th and 9th, the last of the timing set. They just went 9th and 10th. Yo, Taylor, thanks for the sub. Good luck out there. Try and keep it clean. Not sure what happened last night, but we saw a lot of contact going around the Haas's. Just try and keep it clean. Not sure if you were at fault, but I'm just saying, Let's try and keep it clean. We have Andy P8 with a 36.6, 2 seconds off of the next car, P7. Master Corez for the McLaren, filling in for Dam E, I believe. And then we have the 2 Red Bulls, P5 and P6 for now, 33.0 and 33.7. We're seeing some pretty big timings gaps here. We have a lot of cars yet to set a lap still, but could definitely ship up to be something at the end, as we now have a full grid with Amy filling in the last seat for Williams. Amy, a reserve tonight. Right on board with Biggie on a lap, I believe. Almost ate up all their battery already. Purple Sector 2 for Biggie. So we see, I believe that to be a Red Bull getting out of the way for Biggie's lap. It was. Biggie looking to try and squeeze around P5 here, probably is going to be where he wants his time to end up. Maybe even P7 by the end of this session. We'll see what kind of time he sets. Ate up a lot more battery earlier on than most of the other drivers. P6, he split the difference. I said P5 or P7, and he splits the difference with a 33.5. Interesting lap for the Haas. He might be safe with that, but we do not know yet, as 5 drivers will be eliminated from this session as it is full. Lone, the first one out, will start P20 after nothing happened, and drivers are speculating he hit the wall. Shame we weren't on board for that one. That one's on me. As we have behind the Haas, MLB The Show, I believe, are a reserve for Red Bull tonight on a hot lap. Haas too far ahead to be causing some understeer, but probably going to be giving him a tow down this straightaway. Definitely going to be giving him a tow. Don't know if that will be on purpose or not. That's a very clean apex from the Red Bull reserve driver. Definitely getting a tow off of the Haas ahead, as we saw from the Mercedes, and very similar style. The Haas, yep, getting offline. Helped out that Red Bull a lot there for sure with that. Iceman P10 and driving for Alpine as a reserve, 34.9. Shissy might crash in the S's. I honestly thought you were on an outlap. I don't remember. I think we were on board with the first time being set, and then we saw you stopped. But yeah, that's tough to swallow alone. 2 bad qualifying sessions in a row. So definitely looking at you into turn 1 to see if you're going to make some moves. So we watch the Red Bull cross the line. Only 1 place worth of improvement to P7. Not what he's going to want to see. Deathwing a 34.1 so far. Deathwing looking to make up some places. iRacing Noob coming out for their first lap, and the V-Carb. As we see a Ferrari going extra, 2 Ferraris going extra wide there. Not quite sure what their play is about. Suzuki currently P2, 32.5. You missed that lap. Both of them are on an out lap. With their spacing, they might be looking at giving each other a tow as iRacing starts his hot lap. Behind, you see a lot of slide from the Ferrari. And it was the Ferrari of F4, Suzuki's into the pits. He's sliding because he's on inters. We'll see what kind of time this is. He might think that he can set a pole lap with these. Though it is invalidated, he still can see the time, and we will see it as well at the end of the lap. We'll just have to catch it very quickly. So he has the Alpine ahead. He can push track limits here, though, pretty heavily, seeing as how it is already invalidated as we see him crossing the line a lot through the S's. Coming up on the back of the V-Carb ahead, I believe. Nope, that is the Haas. V-Carb's on the hot lap ahead. F4 really doing some ice skating on the inters now, trying to get a bonus point. We see him absolutely violating every track limit known to man around this circuit. Let's see how he dances through the next set of corners with his nice little drifting technique with the inters. So far, he's 4 seconds off pace. Not quite sure what kind of time this will be. Certainly having some fun with it. Looking nice out there for a very nice drift through that last corner. See what he can do along the long bend. He's not going to stick out his rear through there. Had a bit too much fun with it. Crossing the final corner here, he's looking to make an impression and look nice doing it. Setting the tone very nicely at fourth. So we see Jesus out on another lap. His time should be safe, but he's going to look for some improvement. Taylor out there looking for improvement as well as iRacing. Drivers at threat, High Flying still have yet to settle up. Nora Fallen still have yet to settle up. Both kicks also looking for improvement. And then we see a large gap between P15 to P14 of 1.8-ish seconds. So nearly 2 full seconds between 14th and 15th. Not sure if that will close up at the end or not, as the Aston Martin is on an invalidated lap. Amy, the reserve in Williams, currently P6, DNF'd the session as they think that they will be safe. So that's good to see the Williams up there with lone DNFing. Drifting is the new meta, definitely. It's bonus points for looking cool. Let's see if the back runners are going to be able to improve into the 34s. If they do, drivers all the way from P11 down will be at threat. The next 34 is Deathwing. He's the highest runner of the 34 time sets. Biggie ahead in a 33.5, 6/10 between 10th and 11th right now. So it'll be interesting if these guys do get into the 34s, as it will put quite the scare on some of the drivers. It's a tall ask, but one that could be done, as we see the Alpine getting a tow from another Alpine here, it looks like. Either that or they're not coordinated and giving each other understeer, it almost looks like. As are both on a hot lap. It looks like both are on a hot lap here. Nora might have just caught up to their teammate here and catching some understeer. Nora now backed off and backing off of their lap. Okay, so they did not eat up their battery. They were not on the hot lap. Neither is Iceman. They are now spacing themselves for the hot lap, as we see the Kicks finishing up their hot lap now. A lot of drivers at the back looking for improvement. Deathwing in the pits, Biggie in the pits. Biggie should be safe. Deathwing might be safe with that time, but like I said, if these drivers can find improvement, they will put the scare on. Snook retiring as they are safe with the 32.4 provisional pole for Q1. Keep an eye on the top times, 32.4 for the first session so far, unless Suzuki can improve. So we see Circles retire as well, safe. Taylor thinking that they're safe as well, wanting to join in on the spectating. So we see the Alpine come over the hill crest. Nora looking to improve. Their teammate currently P14. Going extra wide on the exit down the back straight. Saving some battery for the end of the lap. They might not have had the best ERS management for this lap being so low already. But we shall see what kind of time they do end up setting here. They're certainly improving a lot on the personal time, as they did set a 51.1 as their first lap. So definitely seeing improvement, but we won't know where it ends up until the end of the lap. Deathwing now P12 after iRacing goes into the 33s. iRacing probably safe for this session. Master in the pits will not set a new time, as we see High Flying go P15. That might not be enough if the other drivers can improve, as the Alpine goes P16. Nora Fawn is out of the session. Both Cakes and Andy looking to improve. Andy having a tow on an invalidated lap from the kick ahead. Andy's burning up his battery on an invalidated lap. What is he doing? Oh no. We were worried that the Aston Martin reserve driver would not make it into Q2, and it looks like that will be the case. I think he just forgot to turn off their battery, because it is still going in the pits as they finally turned it off. Not quite sure what was happening there. See, other Sauber goes in the pits. So Andy's out, Nora's out, Scorchin is out. 5-star does not invalidate a lap, even though that was crazy track limits. High Flying might be safe here, as I just now realized High Flying and Nora Fawn set 1-to-1 lap times 135.287 to 135.287. Norfon falling out of Q2 purely on the basis that they didn't do their lap first. I really hope High Flying is eliminated so that way Nora doesn't kick themselves over that one, because that is a tough pill for any driver to swallow, no matter what kind of pace you have. 5-star coming out of Sector 2, we'll see what kind of improvement, and they are not improving. High Flying looking to be safe here. As my cat is now having his nightly zoomies fighting his brother. That will be rough for the Alpine to swallow. Both Alpine drivers are reserves for tonight. The main Alpine drivers will be cringing looking at that. The reserve Alpine drivers will be cringing looking at that. That is unfortunate to see. As 5-star goes into the pits, they do not complete their lap. And there we have it, Q1 complete, eliminated. Norafon with an identical time to P15, but did not set it first. P17, Andy, the reserve for Aston Martin tonight, 36.6. 5-star Noah, 37.3. Looks like there might be enough time for some drivers to go back out there. I thought that we were almost out of time as I did not have a clock until a 3-minute warning, but there might be just enough time for Andy to find some improvement, and as well as Nora. Nora still not out of the pits, might not have enough time to make it out there. So I apologize for the mix-up that I had there. I did really think that we were ending qualifying. So we do have a lot of checkered flags. I am confused if maybe it is over. Kitties, can you stop playing with that? You're gonna break it. Thank you. Cats are absolute monsters, guys. Do not let them fool you with their cuteness. Yeah, I think the only reason this session hasn't ended is because of the fact that Master is still out, even though they're on an invalidated lap. So I think once he crosses the line, the session should end. I think my confusion was not confusion. I was correct, but yes, Master was confusing me there. Master P14 squeezes into qualifying session 2. So we will check out the eliminated here in a second. Let's go ahead and check out the eliminated. Iceman saving a set of softs, going out on the mediums in the Alpine. Norafon eliminated, like I said, with the identical lap time to High Flying. P17, Andy Chavo in the reserve Aston C. 5-star Noah and his teammate Scorch start P18 and P19 in the kick salvers. And Lone Fiber putting in the wall in the S's on his first lap out. Not what he wants to see for Q1, especially after last race. Had a tough time. Definitely should be playing it safe on your first lap there. As we enter qualifying session 2. Reminder, this is a full lineup, so there will be a lot of positions that Lone will have to make up here. iRacing not liking his setup, and Snook and the reserve Mercedes questioning if he's going to have a debut win. And as he asks for a permanent seat here if he does podium or win. So we wait for drivers to come out in Q2. Last time in Q2 we had drivers coming out immediately, counter that of Q1. Looks like we have a Red Bull out first, then a Ferrari, and then a McLaren. Some serious heat coming out on the track now. Aston, Haas, Ferrari, V-Carb all coming out. It's going to be some serious competition now to get into Q1. We saw a lot of drivers on the same times in the 34s there and having a hard time squeezing into the 33s. So definitely be interesting to see who's able to get into Q1. So we see now some Haas's still in the garage, Mercedes and I think Williams still all in the garage. And it will be a Red Bull setting the first time. The Red Bull of I That Man, tonight's session host. And is it Susuke? It is Susuke who will set the second time. Looking to probably grab a slipstream off of that Red Bull. He's going to want to pace himself with a second extra closing space to get that slipstream effect. Behind a squabble of who's going to be ahead of who, as there's only one Mercedes still in the garage of Deathwing and a Red Bull of MLB The Show. He's looking at a reserve run tonight in the Red Bull. As we see now, all drivers now coming out on track. We have a full track of 15 cars and a 15-car session on track. That man starts his lap. Susuke space accordingly. Does not want the understeer through any section of the track this time around. Be careful, guys. Do not be like Lone Star and spin out on your first turn. Go around the track, turn around the track. That's what I was trying to say. Ferrari sticking it through the S's. Took a lot of curve, pushed him a little bit wide, but getting back online, taking nice track limits there, getting extra wide through that corner to hit a nice series of apexes, looking clean from the Ferrari so far this time around. Almost all drivers are starting their hot laps now. I don't think he will get a slipstream effect, and he will not. That Red Bull is definitely too far ahead of him now on this straightaway as he sparingly uses it. He's got a good top speed coming out, and it looks like an Alpine behind him. All drivers are really well spaced out on track right now. Spaced out well on track right now. I do not expect any impeding from this session. As Susuke is looking to hit the apex, push it wide, and full throttle through the corners. Interesting, holding it through 5th gear there. I have not seen that before. Hope I didn't ruin his secret as to how he goes faster. I have not seen that be done before. It's That Man, 32.9. It's a good time, but it won't be enough for the front row as Susuke goes 32.5. Very, very good times from the drivers. The Alpine, 33.5. He is a full second off provisional Q2 pole. Jesus, 34.2. Jesus is going to have to find a lot of pace later on during this qualifying session if he wants to stay in and make it to Q1. It's F4, the Ferrari teammate, does a 31.9. Circles goes 33.3, P4. iRacing Noob, 33.6. Improvement from the last session. He ended 33.9, immediately finding 3/10. Good on him for that one. As we also see Amy, the reserve Williams, 32.3, a good competitive front row time. Probably won't be enough for the front row, but definitely for the front field, it will be good for some amount of points. Biggie, 33.5, and the Haas ahead of iRacing and Jesus. The McLaren is in the pits. I wonder if they had invalidated their lap. High Flying was on the risk of being eliminated last session. 35.352 for them. As we see Snook go 32.499. It's definitely going to be looking for improvement from that in Q3. As we see Deathwing, the last driver, out on track, setting their first lap. Deathwing, P12, 34.2. Master has not yet set a time as he comes out into the track now. Drivers at risk as it stands. iRacing Noob, Deathwing, Jesus, High Flying, Master. That is not an ideal lineup for those drivers. They're all going to be looking for improvement. And like I said, they're going to have to get into the 33s. The time to beat to get out of elimination is a 33.611. Most of these guys are on 34s and 35s. Not what they're wanting to see. As we see Master on their outlap now, only driver is ready to set a hot lap. As we also see, if the drivers want improvements through the qualifying session, my wheel is acting up, I couldn't shift, says Susuke. I was wondering what that technique was going through that corner. That was definitely interesting to see. You probably would have had pole had you been able to upshift. As Amy retires from session, feels safe with the 32.3 and should feel safe with the 32.3. That should be plentiful ahead to stick it out to Q1. So, like I was saying before Sasuke chimed in, we are looking at an interesting timings to not be eliminated. From P6 to P10 is all within 4/10 of one another. Almost all the drivers around P8 are going to want to look for improvement. There are certainly drivers in the elimination zone that can find the pace to push other drivers into it. So those of which being Jesus, possibly Master, Deathwing, and iRacing Noob could all find time to improve. iRacing coming out into the session strong, finding 3/10 immediately from the end of last session. As Snook has a disconnect and Master starts his first lap. So we see some drivers already out for their second out lap. Sasuke, I believe, would be safe with that 32.5. I think any driver in the 32s should be safe into Q1. That man would be close if a lot of drivers find a lot of pace, but I think him and MLB might be safe. Probably even Sarkles. Rebels are banned from Q3. That's unfortunate to hear. I'm not sure if that's a driver decision, FIA decision, or what. But, okay. I'm going to need a little bit clarification on that. That man. Or maybe you're just speaking in... Oh, wait, this McLaren has invalidated their lap. That's unfortunate. Watching this shit at school basketball game because my camera died. I don't understand why your camera dying involves you watching the stream, but we're glad you're here to watch your Aston Martin drivers. It was really unfortunate to see one of your drivers out in Q1. Unfortunately, could not find the time that they needed. Sarkles still out there. Red Bull went over budget. Oh, I did see something about that in the Discord when I checked real quick. So you guys won't be able to go into Q3 here. That's interesting. So if you guys get a time in there, season Q3 banned because of it. Oof. That's a tough pill to swallow. So if you guys get the time, do you just have to retire from the session, immediately start P9, P10 then? As the McLaren goes in the pit with a invalidated lap. Jesus on a hot lap now. Jesus looking for a lot of time to improve on. He definitely has the pace in him to improve. He just has to keep it clean and find the limit. Unfortunate for his reserve teammate tonight, invalidating his first lap. That guy's going to have one shot to get it right now into Q3. We see Jesus pushing the track limits onto the main straight. A lot of battery, a lot more than other drivers that he has saved up for this back straight. As we say, Sasuke on an outlap. I don't know why. They would certainly be safe with the time that they have. Sarkles also out looking for improvement. I think Sarkles would be okay, but would definitely be close. Taylor and his teammate Biggie still in the pits, as well as Deathwing. All three of those drivers going to be looking for improvement, as well as High Flying and Master. Jesus, a little bit of battery left to deploy as he does use the last of it. Let's see what kind of time Jesus has. As he crosses the line, P4. That was the improvement that Jesus was looking for. He sets at 32.5. Very well put together lap from him. He will definitely be safe with that lap time and have to avoid going out a third time, I believe. So now at threat is Taylor McKenzie, who is still in the pits. People approach on Taylor McKenzie's time, they will be approaching Iceman's as well as Snook, or who was Sarkles goes P3. Sarkles jumped from P7 to P3 there with a 32.39. Sarkles looking at another possible podium here today. I say another and thinking that he was on the podium when he wasn't. So we are looking for some drivers out on a lap, and we find Sasuke. Hopefully his wheel does not glitch out this time and allows him to shift into 6th as he sets a purple sector 2. Looking nice and clean. Doesn't have to find a lot of time, but possibly a little bit more in case these drivers, for some reason, pull out something that they haven't all session long. as Sasuke crosses the line. It will be no improvement. He was 3 hunters down on his previous time, so it's no improvement for him. iRacing Noob currently P9. He set a faster lap, 33.3. That might not be safe for him, as he looks to be rushing into the pits, cutting absolutely every track limit known to man. He thinks that he's going to be at risk here, I think, and is going to try and go for another lap. I see no other reason for him to be doing this other than to be scared. This is the driver driving with fear, ladies and gentlemen. As Deathwing now on an out lap, as well as Master. High Flying still in the pits. I don't know what's going on with High Flying, but buddy, you're going to have to get back out there. Biggie in the pits still too. He's going to have to get back out, as well as Iceman and his teammate Taylor. So we see Iceman coming on the track now. iRacing still cutting every single corner. Trying to, I don't know if he's going to try and go out again on these tires or try and grab new tires. But he will certainly be cutting it close with 2 minutes 30 left in the session. I think he might actually be going slower than actually driving around the track, because right now he's been doing this lap for 1:30 now. And so he does go into the pits. I think it would have been faster had he just drove the track there, unfortunately for him. Hopefully he can get out in time. He's going to be pushing on his out lap. As my cats have found a toy that they would like to kick around on the floor. Apologies if you do hear that. Biggie now on an out lap, as well as Iceman and Taylor, all drivers in the bottom 5 looking for improvement, as well as Master. We ride on board with Deathwing on a hot lap. Deathwing has some time to find if he wants to get into Q3. iRacing still in the pits. He's going to have to hurry out. I think he's missed his window to get out of the pits and get another lap in. Not quite sure why he hurried so much to the pits, possibly to see if he would have enough time, and he has realized now that he doesn't, and doesn't bother coming out. Definitely at risk though, iRacing Noob. Spoke with him earlier and he was hoping for P5, if not possibly a podium. Now he's going to possibly have to scramble for points. So we see Deathwing crossing the final apex and coming across the line. It's P9. iRacing Noob is next on the chopping block. It's a 33.32 for Deathwing. Iceman now a hot lap. iRacing Noob on track, but not enough time to complete a lap to cross the line, I believe. I believe he will be out here. So Biggie starts their hot lap. We will ride on board. He's currently eliminated unless he can improve. High Flying still in the pits. High Flying has considered themselves eliminated and not going for another lap. Not quite sure the strategy on that one. Taylor McKenzie has retired from the session, assuming a crash there. Not quite sure what happened unless they did set their lap and it was no improvement. This is looking good for iRacing, having High Flying not improving, Master not going into the low 33s, and Taylor also out of the session. That only leaves Iceman and Biggie. We will see what kind of times they can set though. Biggie coming onto the back straight, less battery than other drivers we have seen. iRacing Noob unable to cross the line in time like we predicted is out. He's gonna have traffic, it looks like. He does. The V-carb of, is that iRacing? iRacing has completely impeded Biggie, causing Biggie to lose their lap time. One can only assume that's on purpose due to the fact that iRacing is out of the session with that. Or iRacing is safe actually, because Iceman is into the pits here. Surely a penalty coming iRacing's way after that insane move there from him. iRacing, what are we doing, man? Surely he didn't see him coming, but the coincidence of that happening is very little, my friend. Very little. I had that man setting a time in P2 with a 1:31.9. Not sure why he decided to do that, but we are going to have a tough fight for pole position. Biggie certainly mad with that finish. Snook leaving the session again, probably having connectivity issues. Checking Discord now. Biggie sends a sad face emoji in the chat directed at iRacing. and iRacing saying that he didn't know if he was on a hot lap or not and ran out of time, so the AI took over. So it was not actually iRacing's fault that happened. It was iRacing's AI's fault. That is interesting to hear, and very unfortunate for Biggie. Very, very unfortunate. The AI did that to him. I don't really know how FIA can judge that. That's unfortunate. And here we go, eliminated from Q3. Biggie, P11, Iceman, P12, Taylor McKenzie, the other Haas, P13, Master on one lap, could not find the pace, P14. High Flying only did one lap as well, P15 for the Alpine, a ways off the pace. Up front, we are looking for a good fight for pole position. I had that man setting a time towards the end of the session, only 200ths off of F4. Definitely see who can take pole position here today. Maybe we'll see some mid 131s. Very, very unfortunate for Biggie there, as he did have the pace to get into Q3, but a massive AI stumped him. As well, we have to note both Rebels made Q3, and both will not be able to participate into Q3. So an automatic P10, P9 for Red Bull there. Really unfortunate to hear, especially since that man had pace to possibly take pole position, and he unfortunately will be P9 or P10. Probably P9, seeing as how his teammate is P10 right now. That's unfortunate to remember, especially with the pace that man is showing today. We see drivers coming out on track earlier than usual with the shorter qualifying time. Sarkles, the first man out. Aston Martin looking for a good points finish with their teammate out in Q1. McLaren behind of Jesus, I believe. Yes, it is. Jesus' teammate, a reserve driver, unable to make it to Q3 tonight. Both Ferraris also out on track. Not very spaced out, though, might I say. As we head into Q3 with the sunset, I will try and give you guys a pleasurable, joy lap here. We can give you a bit. We'll try and give a nice lap time, or lap visual at the end of the session once more sun sets. If you guys are reading the chat, make sure, I want you guys to pick a driver. Pick a driver, and MLB, retiring from session because of the Red Bull punishment. Type in the chat which driver you want the sunset hide UI graphic for. So which driver do you want a pleasurable visual lap for at the end of the session? And we'll follow them along with the screen looking like this to give them a nice little promotion visual. So we see Sarkles starting their first hot lap. Sarkles coming into turn 1. Sarkles looking for some good pace, not really able to find it as much as other drivers have so far during qualifying. Could be holding something back and playing it safe, unlike Alone and Q1, who is out before they even set a lap time. F4, Baha votes F4. So we see Sarkles, a big moment for Sarkles. Keeps the track limits though. Very, very important to keep the track limits with a moment like that. It won't be a good time, but it is still a time. So heaven forbid they crash on another lap. They do have a time set and will start higher than P8 possibly. We will see what kind of time it is for Sarkles, even though they had that moment there. So far we only have one vote for F4 for a nice visual sunset lap for a driver. If anyone else has an opinion on which driver we should have a visual lap for, please put it in the chat now. We'll actually message that in the Discord after we see some times come up as well. Just want to cover these guys for a second. Circles deploying ERS very well. And remember, he did have that moment, so it will be interesting to see what kind of time they do set. It's a 32.7. It's definitely not what they're going to want. But we shall see. As the first Ferrari to cross the line will be F4. Jesus, 32.1, current provisional pole. F4 crosses the line, 31.5. Very good lap time from him. I asked if we would see some mid-31s, and we do. As Sasuke, 32.2. Not what he's going to want to see. Amy, the reserve, Williams, 31.9. Very good lap from them. So we will now message the Discord about which driver they would like to see. Snook in the pits still. Snook definitely has the pace to do something. I'm not quite sure if they have rejoined yet or not. Deathwing 34.5, not what he's going to want to see, but it will be an automatic P7 for them. Baja again typing F4 like I didn't see it in the YouTube chat. iRacing Noob still yet to set a time. Unk saying that it should be a Ferrari, right? He's referring to Leclerc's sunset lap, of course. F4 is the current vote winner with 1 vote. iRacing Noob on their hot lap. Snook has joined back in the nick of time here. iRacing ERS earlier than expected, possibly. He's going to run out there, and it won't be that much that he can deploy at the end here. As he crosses the line, 33.4. He found a little bit more pace, 0.2 over the pace that he found at the beginning of Q2, but it's still not going to be enough to get into the top 5. Certainly if Circles can find more pace. So we see now the only car on track is iRacing Noob. Everyone else is in the pits, so we will take a moment of rest while we wind the clock down. So I suppose, seeing as how there is no other vote, we will do F4 for his flying lap at the end of the session while the sun is setting. As we see now, the Aston Martin of Circles has come out for another outlap. I believe that is Snook as well, coming out for an outlap as he has not yet to set a time. He definitely has the pace to try and take pole here. It is Snook. Snook? Would be Snook? Might be Snook. As we wind down the clock, drivers should start coming out in just a moment here. Circles possibly going for 3 laps during this session. They could, no, they won't have enough time. He will be having people on their out lap during his hot lap though. As we thought we saw Snook on an outlap, is now in the pits, and it's now Deathwing coming out. Some more confusion for Snook. He might have left the server again. Or session again, my bad. Might be having connectivity issues as we have the second run of Circles with a wide open track for now. Snuck back leaving the session. Unfortunate for him with such pace. As F4 tells me he is leaving the pits right now. He's expecting a beautiful sunset lap for himself. Amy, I misspoke. I thought Amy was a reserve driver for Williams, is the official driver. So Amy, not the reserve, but the official driver. As we see F4 now coming on track. Yo, my Wi-Fi keeps dying. Yes, we are noticing. That is incredibly, incredibly unfortunate. It might be iRacing Noob sabotaging you. Yo, my Wi-Fi says Snuck. Unfortunate. As we see a purple sector for the Aston, we will finish the Aston's lap and then cut to the Ferrari for the stunning lap. Aston already on low fuel mode. Excuse me. Snuck has joined back now. PlayStation leading up to the hype. As we see Circles cross the line for last time, it's only P3 at 32-1. That might not be enough for a top 5, as we are on board now with the faded F4. We will watch as they are about to start their last lap. We'll actually leave this up for just a moment so that way we know when they're starting their lap. Fortunately for us, F4 did decide to go out earlier than the rest of the field, so we will be able to cut back on the UI to see where the drivers end up. Otherwise, we would not be able to see, so it would have been the end of the session. As F4 rounds the last couple of corners, we will turn off the display for you guys to give you guys a nice experience. Here goes F4, all eyes on him for a stunning lap. Do not put it in the wall, F4. Make us all proud. So he comes up the hill into turn 1, turning in nice and aggressively, clipping the apex, going nice and wide for a good exit into the S's. This is where we lost Lone in Q3, or Q1, my bad. I keep mixing those up for some reason tonight. Looking mighty through the S's now. Oh, and it's a big spin. No! F4, no! Oh my goodness. Oh my days, F4. No, no, no. F4, what are we doing, man? There's no time left in the session for him to do another lap either. We will finish the onboard with him, but this is absolutely awful for F4 now. All eyes were on him, and he has lost it. Oh. He is definitely red-faced after that one and that red Ferrari. Ferrari, of course, letting us down right now, as per usual. He will finish the lap. He will stick his pride out and finish the lap. It does not look like he is backing up, so he is still giving us a show, it looks like. L Luck says Baja. I think that was a skill issue, not a luck issue. Incredible for F4 to stick out that lap. I definitely would have been deterred from sticking out that lap. He did avoid damage though, thankfully. Just a bit of dirt on that red Ferrari as he puts it in the wall in disgrace after that lap. As we see Amy, a bit of dirt as well. Don't know if they had a moment too. It is purple sector 2 for them. Try and find the next car over the line. It is Deathwing. He finishes with a 33-1 behind Sasuke. 32-2, goes P2, 31-7, good lap from him. Jesus behind, looking for improvement, 32-1, and he does not improve that much, not enough to make a difference. Is P5 for him as of now. iRacing crosses the line, takes P6 from Deathwing. Snook unable to set a lap time. Very, very interesting Q3 there, especially for Snook. Unfortunate for him. And I'm sure 77 is embarrassed in the Discord. Let us just check real quick. He hasn't said anything yet. So it's P1 for F4. He got pole position by a tenth over the Williams of Amy. Amazing quality for the two of them. Sasuke P3 with a 31.7. Good times for all of them. Circle's unable to crack the 31s as P5. iRacing behind P6 has some work to do to get big points. Deathwing P7. I That Man and Snuck are P8, P9 with MLB The Show P10. All three unable to set lap times. We will see a big gap from the top of the field to the midfield as well, it looks like, based off the times. Unfortunate lap for F4 there. Lone says, watch this comeback. I'ma finish in a strong P9, says Lone. Starting P20. Someone has apparently already readied up, apparently. Unfortunate for them, as the drivers will not have as much time to get their setups and strategy correct. Unfortunate to hear. As we see the drivers line up on the grid for the formation lap. As we see some attempted murder already. Some drivers having frustrations with each other already. We see a Williams doing a Lightning McQueen through turn 1. Or no, so a Talladega Nights through turn 1. My bad, not Lightning McQueen. That is a Talladega Nights lap time that we're getting from the Williams. Interesting move to see from them. Me personally, I like to finish out a formation lap. Come in strong, set the tone. Set the tone, that's what I'm about, set the tone. So if you're watching this, who are you placing your money on to win this race? Not entirely sure who I would put my money on. F4 and Amy showing strong pace. Sasuke at the end of Q3 was not confident going in. Found themselves a good lap time. Circle's still a ways off pace. But any incident here could definitely screw up the strategy, as we're looking at a one stop probably for the drivers on lap 12 to 14 unless we see some safety cars. Circle's looking to pick up a podium position, as well as Jesus possibly picking up a podium position. We will have our eyes on a driver a little bit farther back at the start, so that way we try and hold out and look at the front. I'm going to apologize in advance, as I am one person and this field is absolutely entertained all the way through if we miss some action through the session, as we see the grass still on the tires of the Williams there. So we see the Aston Martin looking directly into the camera somehow. Circle's staring into our soul. That's actually quite funny. I don't think it's on purpose either. So we see the drivers lining up right now. We will see 5 red lights. As the lights slowly come on. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 5 lights. And away we go. That took a second there. Good start from the second Ferrari behind. He's already ghosted through his teammate. It looks like we will have 3 wide through turn 1 here. The 2 Ferraris and the Williams, as the Aston has spun already. I was trying to stick with the Aston there, but they have spun going through turn 1. Unfortunate for Circles there, as most of the other drivers have looked to have gotten away clean. As we watch an Alpine absolutely get sent into the wall, as I see most of the drivers get through clean. Jesus up to P4, F4 down to P3, Amy sticking P2, Sasuke currently your race leader, iRacing Noob tumbling down the order right now, unclear as to why. Lone Fiber already P10, amazing start for Lone Fiber, currently P10, looking to secure P9 already before we've gone halfway through lap 1. Oh, he almost takes himself in the Alpine out, the Alpine takes himself out willingly, giving Lone Fiber P9 as it stands. His target was P9, and before lap 1 is ended, he is already there. Do not count this man out of the race. What an amazing race start for a lot of drivers there as we watch a Red Bull dive bomb Deathwing. That man shows the pace to get towards the front, and he is making his way through. He is a man on a mission here, ladies and gentlemen. There is still a DRS train out front. Norafon, first person to gather a time penalty. 3 seconds track limits on turn 1 is unfortunate. iRacing Noob touching on points. He is back up to P10, fighting with Haas for P10 actually currently. So we see a McLaren fall back behind the Alpine. They're going to catch back up with the front row as they have a lot of action yet to complete. Lone Fiber P8 chasing down MLB. Ladies and gentlemen, what a race start. Unfortunate for Circles, currently P19. That is 2 races in a row that Circles is looking at a poor finish. Circles now P17 after making up 2 positions. Looks like an Alpine into the pits. We will pull up some position changes and tires once the race settles down to see what the hell is going on, because honestly I have no idea. Circles now behind their teammate by 2 seconds. They will definitely want to get that position swapped around. So we see iRacing Noob 5/10 off of the Haas's. Both Haas into the points now. Lone Fiber catching the Red Bull ahead. F4 looking to have a move down the straightaway possibly as they go into the corner. F4 going to want his teammate to possibly hold up that Williams so that way he can overtake here. F4 with a beautiful slipstream. It looks like it's a possibility. It will be a late deep move, but he can definitely make it as the Williams goes to fences to the inside. So F4 does not take the outside. Behind the Red Bull still has not been able to make up a move after moving up 12 positions in the span of a single lap, ladies and gentlemen. If this man finishes the race today, he will be driver of the day, irregardless. Norfon and Master and the McLaren fighting over positions in the back of the field. Master getting through the Alpine behind High Flying, looking to pick up. They are still side by side as the McLaren gets through. A lot cleaner this time around, ladies and gentlemen. I am proud of you for that. Lone on the gearbox of this Red Bull right now. Not the best exit, so it will be a lot harder to get through into turn 1, but he can still do it. Lone with the pace, with the moves. As the Red Bull goes to the inside, Lone on the outside, sticks it around beautifully, and I think he has this move done, ladies and gentlemen. He does. Lone P7. That man 3/10 behind the McLaren of Jesus. Jesus looking to find more pace. A lot of understeer from the cars ahead, though. High Flying and Norafon still fighting it out behind the McLaren. High Flying now P13. As we see the drivers come over the hill crest. DRS train, like I said, forming. Deathwing 3 seconds off of the cars ahead. Deathwing will be easy prey to Lone Fiber on a charge behind. As he gets a beautiful exit, he will have the slipstream, he will have the ERS, he will have the DRS, he will have the pace. Ladies and gentlemen, Lone Fiber P6. As he gets through with no contest. The Red Bull looking to get through as well behind. It will be a good move from him as Lone left the door open for him to get through. The Red Bull and Mercedes side by side. Mercedes sticks it out. Lone 3 seconds to get to the top field. If he can get there, it is a DRS train that Jesus has broken off of. Jesus out of DRS currently will be vulnerable to the Red Bull behind unless, yes, he does. He catches up. Hopefully he hits, yes, he does hit the DRS detection point before the car behind catches. Lone Fiber has caught the back of the DRS train by 6/10 since he has passed the Red Bull. Absolutely insane pace from him. Biggie on the back of iRacing. Jesus and That Man going at it side by side. McLaren giving the Red Bull a nudge of you are not coming through. You shall not pass. Red Bull certainly frustrated having a Q3 ban. That Man certainly showing the pace. I don't think I will, Baja. There's already too much for me to remember. Biggie, time penalty already. Not looking good for the Haas that they want to stick out some points. There are some big gaps at the back. Lone Fiber at 2.5 behind. He gained a lot and is now losing a little bit of time to the cars ahead. Jesus, out of DRS of the 3 cars ahead. This should make for easy pickings from the Red Bull. Yes, it will. I That Man, P4. There are 2 cars on a charge here today. I That Man and Lone Fiber, ladies and gentlemen. They're putting on a show for us all. So we will now check out some of the data. Let's check out positions change first, as we can already see clearly. Lone Fiber up 14 positions in 4 laps. Mind you, he started P20. Out of halfway through lap 1 was P8. Absolutely insane from him. I That Man up 4 positions. F4 down 2. Suzuka up 2. MLB up 3. Deathwing down 1. Taylor's up 4 positions, while iRacing Noob is hanging on to a point finish, down 4 positions. Master up 2 positions. Nora as well up 3. Circles down 10 positions. If you remember, we saw Circles go out of turn 1 on the first lap. High Flying has not moved. Andy up 1. 5-star up 1. Snook down 9 positions. I wonder if that is an AI racing for him right now. Iceman down 7 as Biggie is into the pits. He might have picked up damage there when he grabbed that time penalty. Let's go ahead and check out what tires everyone is running. All but 1 car, now 2, were on the mediums. The 2 cars to pit are on hards. I do not really predict those making it to the end, if I'm being honest with you guys. I That Man out of DRS of the cars ahead. Lone Fiber having a hard time catching the cars ahead, but slowly making it so. DRS strain still for P1. Sasuke playing a very good team game here, not being able to be caught by the Williams. So we see Sarko's up to P11 now. He is side by side with the McLaren going onto the back straight, and I think he just edges out ahead of him coming out of the exit, and should as well have DRS. And I don't think he does. He does not have DRS. That is unfortunate for Sarkos. He might lose out to that position. McLaren's sticking it extra inside. We are going to see 3 wide through the apex as they shift from 3 wide to a single file line. That was beautifully synchronized from them all. Andy, 3 second time penalty. Sarkos now onto the Alpine. Sarkos has the pace over these guys, but he has to get it done at the right time. We saw him make the move too early and lose out DRS and lose out 2 positions because it is critical that you pick your moments. As we miss F4 getting by Amy here, it looks like he just flew by him on the main straight. I am sorry for that one. F4 and Suzuka, Ferrari 1-2. I saw a race earlier today that I commentated, and it was Ferrari 1-2. Is that a prediction for tonight? Am I going to see double Ferrari 1-2s in both races that I commentate today? Did not mean to hit that button. So we are watching Jesus now back in DRS of the cars ahead. Lone Fiber 2 seconds off of the DRS train. We see Sarkos touching on points, P12. Taylor hanging on to points, P9, as well as iRacing P10. Master picks up a 3 second time penalty. I was going to say he's chasing him down to points finish, but might be out of it with that. He is also 10 seconds off of the points. That will be a high challenge for Sarkos to overcome, 10 seconds to get into the points. It's unfortunate for them all. So we see the Williams on the rear end of the Ferrari now. And a Red Bull on the rear end of the Williams. I do not see damage on the Williams, but they may not be liking this stage of the medium tire. They might be struggling to find where it's degrading at and find the new grip levels. It does look like it, as that Williams looks awful squirrely through the turns, as the Red Bull now sticking the nose where it doesn't belong. Andy, another 3 seconds. This Williams is definitely struggling on those tires. We see a lot of drag on the fronts here. It's only lap 7. And the Williams really struggling to find the grip. Williams now out of DRS of the cars ahead as Red Bull flies through them. Oh, absolutely no contest from the Williams there. Fortunate to see it for Amy Lone. 2.7 behind the pack now. They have dropped back from the DRS train. Not quite sure what's happening. It looks like the medium tire runners might be struggling on these tires at this stage. So we will be interested into seeing who pits first and who doesn't. Everyone still ahead and fresh tires. Yeah, no, the only people that pit are in last here as Nora comes into the pits. Williams possibly at threat to Jesus behind. That man now on the last podium step that the Ferraris are dominating. That man also in DRS of the Ferraris. He might be catching them here. F4 might be having to talk to his teammate and say, hey, I'm going to need DRS here. We need to pull away in a DRS train, and that is not what we are right now. If I am the Ferrari of 77, that is what I am asking for from my teammate to play the team game here, secure a Ferrari 1-2 dominant finish. Amy behind, just sticking into the DRS train. Still Suzuki out of DRS of F4 behind and still pulling away. I think this might be a bad call from Ferrari. They're at risk of losing the win if they do not play the team game here. Jesus just 1/10 behind as Amy goes into the pits first. Amy might be looking at an undercut here. Amy, we saw struggling on those medium tires, might have burnt him out too quickly during the race and just didn't feel the pace on him. They would have to go 20 laps if they go for a one stop on the hard tire. They could hardly make the mediums last 8. This will be an interesting tire strategy as Amy could undercut That Man and F4 if they can find the pace, and F4 and That Man lose the pace. Suzuki now steadying out the gap to his teammate behind at a 1.718. That Man 3/10 behind the Ferrari. This is not looking good for F4. Lone Fiber still 2.6 off the DRS train ahead. He might be looking at undercutting into this as well. He will still have to go for a few more laps, but could definitely pit earlier as we watch the Red Bull go wheel to wheel now with the Ferrari coming down the straight. I think he has it done. He does. Beautifully cut back onto the racing line there from him. F4 looking to fight back, sticks his front wing into his rear tires to try and force him offline, get a mistake, get a switchback, anything to stick it out. And like I said, we see it, the Ferrari now struggling on the rears as well. That Man might just have the better tire setup here. He is really not struggling on his tires. We see some wear, but visually, he is very steady in that car. 2 seconds to the next car. He lost some time fighting over the Ferrari. Let's see what kind of pace he has compared to the leading Ferrari now. Like I said, if he does start pulling on them, this would have been abysmal for Ferrari had they played the team game. He has already shaved off a 10th to Suzuki ahead. This is not looking good for Ferrari as a bad strategy call. Classic Ferrari move. Amy dropped down to P10 after that pit. Let's check real quick what tires they opted for as they pit for new mediums. Amy is on a 2-stop. They're going medium, medium, hard, it would look to be. That is an interesting call from them, and we'll definitely ship up the field to see what kind of stops they want to do, knowing that one driver is on a 2-stop. Not only one driver, but a possible driver for the win. As we see now, Sarko's closing the gap to the points, 9 seconds, and That Man closing the gap to the Ferrari head already by half a second. This will be very bad for Ferrari if they don't answer soon. They need to pit F4 as Suzuki for an undercut here, as That Man is showing way more pace than the Ferraris. Like I said, it would have been, he's really that man. Yeah, he really is that man. Like I said, Ferrari needed to play the team game, drop the lead car into the DRS of the car behind, and do a Sainz Norris move, allowing them to defend with DRS. Without it, he was just a sitting duck and has put the Ferrari 1-2 at risk. He's put a Ferrari win at all at risk now. That Man starting P9, now running P2, chasing P1. He can definitely run these tires long as well with his pace and possibly one stop this race. Jesus 2.2 behind. Lone Fiber 3 seconds behind. Lone Fiber definitely losing out pace on these medium tires. He is one of the drivers feeling the wear. Deathwing into the pits. Taylor McKenzie into the pits. These drivers could be on a 2-stop. Amy fastest lap on the mediums. Trying to spot any signs of some bad degradation on the Lone Fiber Williams. Definitely seeing some wear on the front tires. He's really have to take it easy through the S's. This is one of the many reasons that I hate COTA, is because of the tire wear. Is a killer on your car if you are not careful, and I am not careful with my tires. When I race, I do not leave any rubber on the car when I come back for the end of it. as we see a downshift from I That Man on the main straight. Real Kyle Larson moved there as the Ferrari now moves ahead of him with ease. Not really sure what happened to I That Man there. It might have been a technical issue, but that is unfortunate to see from the Red Bull chasing the lead. Now Ferrari given the opportunity to do what I've been saying this entire time, drop into the DRS of your teammate, let him defend with it. This could possibly give them an easy one-stop race. As we see the Ferrari head getting really squirrely on his tires, he's not liking him. His teammate still not dropping back yet. I do not think that Ferrari will be playing the team game here. I would like to congratulate our drivers. It has been 10 laps, 11 laps, and not a single virtual safety car or full course safety car. Well done, boys. Had a couple of incidents, but for the most part, pretty clean so far. I That Man on the back of the Ferrari again. 5-star Noah, 3-second penalty for the kick at the back of the field. Red Bull chasing down the Ferrari through the understeer. You can really see how much the Ferrari is struggling if the Red Bull is catching through the understeer here as Sarkos pits. Sarkos is into the pits now. He could be undercutting for some good points here. I That Man going to have a good run onto F4 going through this now. Suzuki still out of DRS. I do not like the game that Ferrari is playing here. I That Man with a shitload of fucking DRS as well. Holy. He should have this move stamped and in the books now. Yes, he does. I That Man back through the Ferrari. Amy moves up to P6 behind their teammate and P5. And the Lone Fiber Williams has found more pace, catching a second to the car behind last time we checked, unless if Jesus was the one that lost pace. Not quite sure which it was there. Amy on some killer pace, but definitely on a 2-stop. So it went medium, medium. They will have to make another stop irregardless. So we see now I That Man 1.4 behind the Ferrari. The Ferrari might be able to make a move. Jesus into the pits. Ferrari too far behind. Jesus will probably be pitting for the hard tire here. Lone Fiber P4 currently. Andy 3-second time penalty. Drivers at the back really struggling on track limits now. As well, MOB comes into the pits. We will now pull up our tires to see what everyone is picking. So most drivers are picking new hards. Amy, so far, the only one to pick new mediums. They pit 4 laps earlier. A call because I think they were really struggling and are just picking the 2-stop because of it. I'm not quite sure how well this will work out though. So we are 16 laps away from race end. Drivers are definitely going to be looking at a 1-stop. Biggie will definitely have to stop again. Iceman will have to stop as well. So definitely be interesting how this ships up towards the end of the race. Big gaps now at the top of the field as pit windows open. I That Man all over Sasuke. The game giving us a terrible view. I That Man pulls out. He has a look. He's going to have a nice little switchback. He should have some good pace through this next turns. And That Man having some good slipstream. 2/10 behind. Suzuki into the pits. I That Man into the pits. F4 stays out. They cannot double stack here and lose that amount of time. Lone Fiber into the pits. Amy will go through. iRacing behind still is yet to pit as well. Jesus has made a stop. His drivers possibly worried about undercuts now. We will see where everything ships up to be at. As Amy goes through, currently P2. A strong P2 as well. Amy still have yet to make a stop. F4 far out ahead. iRacing Noob currently P3, having not made a stop yet. As the field is lap de Sauber on lap 13. Amy looking to find grip and hold the grip this time around. See if they can stretch the tires possibly for softs. As iRacing Noob and Amy both pick up time penalties. That is critical for both of their races. That is critical for Amy to stay on the podium and for iRacing Noob to stay in the points. As we see the Suzuki Ferrari all over the back of iRacing. iRacing definitely playing a game, and the P1 finisher is going to be slowing them all heavily, especially for people that undercut will be a threat. As the both of them get through iRacing Noob, no contest. Now we will see if the cars ahead come into the pits. Surely they do. F4 stays out. F4, no, he doesn't. Never mind. F4 into the pits. Amy should stay out. Yes, Amy does indeed stay out. It is a 13-second, or no, only 8-second gap to the car behind though. Definitely not looking good. We will see after all these pits where the drivers are at and the positions change. As iRacing Noob comes into the pits as well. So it'll be interesting to see where all these guys end up now. F4 getting the brunt end of it all right now. Well, they should have been one that pit early, I would say. F4, P5. Not looking good. Amy still has to make a stop, but that still puts Jesus ahead of F4. F4, 2.5 seconds off of Jesus as well. As Amy's out. Amy has crashed the car. 6-lap old tires, and Amy is out of the race. That Williams also, by the way, had all of its wheels on it. It looked like. I think they broke their wing and gave up. That is unfortunate to see. Really, really unfortunate to see there, Amy. So once Amy is lapped by all the cars, we will check out the positions change. That is our first DNF of the night as well. So that's really unfortunate for Williams. As Lone Fiver 1.7 off of F4 as the Red Bull makes a sweeping move on Suzuki. It was a good, clean move from him there. Ferrari looking to try and fight that now. Doesn't look like they'll have the pace here as the Red Bull just pulls away mightily on the Ferrari. Possibly a mistake from the Ferrari there on an exit. Jesus looking to close the DRS. Sarkles looking to grab some points, 1.8 off of Biggie in P10. Sarkles also on much fresher tires than Biggie. Suzuki quickly falling out of the DRS of I That Man. Jesus in the DRS of Suzuki. And the Ferrari does get DRS here. That is quite interesting to see. I did not think that he would. Lone Fiver also closing on the Ferrari ahead. As Amy's getting lapped here, we will check out the positions change chart now. I That Man up 7 positions, currently leading the Grand Prix. Suzuki up 1, Jesus up 2, F4 now down 3 positions after the pits. Lone Fiver up 15, Taylor up 7 as we have our next retirement of Biggie in the Haas. That is big for points finishers there. Next up, Deathwing started P7, still is P7 with a time penalty. However, as we see drivers falling out of DRS of each other up front. MLB The Show up 2 positions into P8 now on the DRS of Deathwing and Taylor. iRacing Noob down 3 positions, still holding on to points finish here, as well as Sarkles, who is P10 down 6 positions. Iceman with the retirement of Biggie is up 1 position, Nora up 4. Biggie unfortunately retired. I'm not quite sure how. Possibly lost connection there or just gave up. So I do see the car still running. Maybe they broke the front wing. Snook, I'm pretty sure, also on AI P17 as it stands. So unfortunate for a lot of drivers and really good for others. So we'll take off the tire. Actually, we do not need that anymore. Iceman penalty now 3 seconds. Current standings is Alpine 11th, 12th, and not what Alpine want to see. As the Ferrari is back into the DRS of the Red Bull ahead. Red Bull possibly making a mistake there on that lap. Deathwing still in the DRS of Taylor as well as MLB on Deathwing. This grid has calmed down a lot more since Baku. Baku was something crazy in and of itself. As we finally see now Biggie and Amy at the bottom of the standings, 20th and 19th. Lone Fiber gets a time penalty. This is crucial for Lone Fiber's chance at a podium now. That is not what they're going to want to see. They were hoping for a P9 finish and had P8 by lap 1. I really had hoped that they had more pace to try and fight for the podium, but now with that time penalty, I'm not too certain of their chances for it. Andy, another time penalty. Let's go ahead and check out the penalties real quick. So there's a lot going around. Andy on 12 seconds, 5-star Noah on 9, 6 seconds for Master, 6 seconds for Nora, Iceman on 9 seconds, iRacing Noob on 3, Deathwing on 3, Lone Fiber on 3. Big penalties being handed out at the back of the grid. Ferrari still in the DRS of that man, putting the pressure on. At Ford now in the DRS of Jesus after he was undercut through the pits. So we see a full course yellow. We see a virtual safety car for, honestly, no good reason. Had Amy not DNF'd, this would have been a really good time for them. Ooh, severe collision with Deathwing apparently for MLB The Show. Not quite sure what happened there between the two. I know that they were in the DRS of each other. I'm not seeing damage on either car. I'm really confused as to what caused the VSC and who's really at fault there, because I don't see any damage, but this is crucial for anyone wanting to two-stop. This is the prime time to do so. We'll check out the tires now, as people on old tires such as Iceman, Nora, Master possibly, Taylor, Deathwing could all pit, and we are seeing a lot of pits in the back end of the points finishers. We see circles in the pits. No one, this is a full course safety car, by the way, not a virtual safety car. No one up front choosing to pit. It would have been a really good window for them with how far back the field of cars are from them. This is really crucial for Lone Fiber to also pick up some more positions off of that. If I were Lone Fiber, I might have been thinking of stopping for fresh tires to fight these guys on. People are pitting for the mediums. I'm not sure if the mediums are their call here. I don't know if a lot of people have a second set of hards. But I feel like that might have been the tire to go on here with 11 laps left to go. We'll lose a couple of laps behind the safety car. But, ooh, and we have soft runners. That was not the choice, boys. That was not the choice. They are dead last, so I do not see that involving them into the points. But, yeah, soft tires, they will be making another stop. That's unfortunate. I'm questioning whether the mediums will last, and they're on softs. The mediums will last, but they will not like the mediums that they have at the end of the race, let me tell you. So we see now a couple more cars going through the pits, and then we will check out positions changed after the second pit window that was caused by a safety car between Deathwing and MLB The Show. MLB The Show, the only one of cars around him to pit for hard tires. The two cars out front on the mediums, and the car behind also on medium tires. If you were struggling on the mediums, you would definitely pick them, but you would pick the hards, but if you weren't struggling, you definitely pick the mediums there. Either tire can make it in a decent amount of time. I think we have all the pits done, so let's check out positions change after that. Taylor up 7 positions now. iRacing only down 2. So there's a bit of a squabble in the safety car there. This at McDonald's is peak as fuck. I'm jealous of you for having McDonald's right now. I want to be eating, but I'm commentating, so I can't. What else do we got for positions change? MLB only up 1. Circle's damage limitation was P18 after lap 1, now P10. Good for them on that one. Nora up 5 positions after the pits. 5-star up 4. Snook down 7. Go ahead and do some more tire installation for you guys. Jesus up front on the oldest hards, while F4 is on the newest hards. I do not see Taylor playing a role in the fight up front ahead, but I do see them trying to stick into the 3-second gap that Lone Fiber will not have to make behind the car behind him. My team so ass. Honestly, okay, Andy is not doing great. They have a lot of time penalties. They picked the soft tire with 11 laps to go around COTA, so we'll have to probably pit again. But Sarkles had a moment on lap 1, fell down to P18, and is back up to P10. Damage limitation is going pretty strong for Sarkles there, and as Noah gets a time penalty track limit for under the safety car. That's kind of embarrassing. I can't lie, Noah. I'll show you guys the penalties here. Noah now up to 12 seconds, along with Andy at 12 seconds. It's unfortunate to see from the back drivers who want to keep it consistent to prove to teams that they can at least be consistent to try and get the points, as being consistent really maximizes on other drivers having shit days. Thankfully for High Flying, he should be able to pick up a few more positions with all the time penalties in front of him there. I don't think it will be enough for points though. I am still questioning why not any of the top fielders pit for new tires. It would have been a really good advantage to have, being in a DRS train like that, having the fresher tires. Really questioning why no one did pit out of the top 5 there. Sarkles is your golden boy you've never met. Oh, you weren't talking about Sarkles, okay. You're talking about Andy there, yeah. Andy having not so great. I'm not sure if this is their debut, but I know that they're your reserve for tonight. Not too great of a race for them. Might be their debut. Not too great for Amy either, who was fighting for the win, spun out and left the session. Fiber should have stopped. Hope he doesn't regret it. I think Fiber didn't stop because of the cars behind, but the cars behind did stop. So yeah, definitely a mistake from Fiber there, not pitting with them. It would have definitely increased his chances at a podium here. I think the smart move would have been Jesus, F4, and Lone Fiber all pitting there, and it really would have put the pressure on That Man and Sasuke, but unfortunately none of them did. Anyone picking the mediums I think will be able to make it to the end, as we are on lap 19 of 28. Only 9 laps to go, so their mediums should make it to the end just fine, but the soft runners I do not see lasting. See F4 and Lone squabbling a little bit behind the safety car. Yeah, not sure. I was just going to say, not sure why we're behind the safety car for this many laps, but we were. So we're right on board with Sasuke and Jesus on the restart here. Hey, 14 viewers. Let's go, boys. A new pop there. Big pop there. So we are riding on board with the restart. We'll take the tires off here so we have a clear view of what's going on. And that man looking for a good restart, cooling down Suzuki's tires a lot right now. Suzuki not liking how much he's gonna not be weaving on this restart. That man is away. We'll watch the drivers. It's a good run for the Ferrari behind, it looks. Ferrari behind, popping out of the McLaren early, looking to make the move at the right moment, and it looks like he does, and it looks like Lone Fiber might be having a move on the McLaren as well. He doesn't. The McLaren closed the outside, keeping him there at 4 through Jesus, the McLaren. Lone Fiber also looking to have a move on him still. Jesus looking to hold on to a possible podium or at least good points finish here. All the cars getting away clean so far as Andy drops down to last place. Nora picks up another time penalty. The Haas is on the back of the Williams as he struggles through the understeer of the car ahead. F4, almost out of DRS of the car ahead. We still have one more lap until DRS is enabled as we see a big pileup at the back of the field now. Not quite sure what happened there with those guys. Lone Fiber now 1.2 off of Jesus ahead, with Taylor making a move on Lone Fiber. This is impressive stuff from the Haas, and to be frank, disappointing from Lone Fiber, just proving even more that pitting for newer tires would have been the better call, as Taylor did pit for new tires here today. Deathwing, next one up on Lone Fiber. As we see the 3 cars ahead, the top 4 have more pace than the rest of the field. Lone Fiber just found himself vulnerable on the weaker tires, is really going to have a hard time now making back up that time that he lost on the restarts. We see a Ferrari go mega wide. It is F4, I believe, who has a time penalty. Ferrari's looking for a 1-2 finish here as Sarkles gets a 3-second time penalty as well, currently running P10, but thankfully for him, almost all the cars behind him have a time penalty as well. That man, 3 seconds. This is critical for the race win. Suzuki now just has to keep it clean. This is critical for the Ferraris now. As we see a yellow flag being waved, is an Alpine DNFing in the pits, I believe. Perhaps him for DNFing in the pits. Scorch picks up a time penalty. Suzuki might have gotten track limits there. He's got to be careful if he wants an easy win out of this. Lone Fiber out of DRS of Taylor ahead. Deathwing in DRS of Lone Fiber. As we ride on board with Deathwing here, a possible move on Lone Fiber. Ferraris closing in on each other as well. We will cut to them real quick. It looks like they won't have the speed needed to make that move work though. So we watch Deathwing pull out from Lone Fiber and get the move done. It's not done yet as they go wheel to wheel. He's on fresh mediums. Lone Fiber standing no chance. As Lone Fiber now tumbles down the order, he has spun. This is absolutely bad for Lone Fiber. I was hyping him up for a podium or win, and he has not chosen to pit. He has spun around on old tires and is out of the points. This is not good for Lone Fiber, and honestly my heart has sunk out for him. That is really unfortunate to see for the Williams. Especially after having such a strong lap 1, you never want to see a race finish out like this. That is really hard to swallow as Suzuki is back in DRS of That Man and closing in quick. Taylor dropped out of the DRS train, looking to catch back up. Sarkles on the Red Bull makes up another position, currently P8. iRacing Noob P7. Damage control for him as well. Taylor having a good race, currently P5. Good points for Haas if they can complete it. Absolutely criminal for Lone Fiber having a lap 1 like that and then finishing out the race like this. Jesus, time penalty as well. Iceman time penalty. Deathwing time penalty. Almost every single... We went from only the backfield having time penalties to almost all but 4 drivers having time penalties now. I'm sorry guys, I'm still reeling from Lone Fiber here. I was really rooting for him after that Fiber on a Verstappen. I was thinking Brazil 23 or 24. But yeah, as we see Suzuki on the Red Bull now, I had to get over it as Suzuki gets a 3-second time penalty. The top 4 drivers all on a 3-second time penalty. Does this put Taylor in contention for a podium, if not P2? If they can catch on to the back of the squabbling cars ahead, Taylor's in a really good position here. I have to move on from Lone Fiber here now, guys, and focus on the race ahead. We'll check in with the tires and then penalties here because there's a lot going on. Taylor up 8 positions currently. Really well handled from Taylor with 8 positions gained for P5. We will check out the tires now. Taylor on the freshest hards will easily make it to the end on those tires, and possibly if they can get to the DRS train, pick up a podium with all the penalties. As we observe the penalties now, the top 4 all have 3 seconds each. Taylor on no penalties, 1.7 behind. As it stands, they would finish on the podium. Oh, you're talking about, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, it is a Verstappen Silverstone, yes. That is unfortunate for him. As he pits in P15, he might be DNFing here, or just pitting for new tires as those hards are gone, especially after a spin like that. Big DRS train up ahead. Deathwing unable to move up on Taylor, as well as iRacing. The iRacing and Deathwing both on the medium tires compared to Taylor on the hards. I said that the hard tire might be the tire to go on here due to how many laps they still have left to go, and Taylor is proving so, up 8 positions. I do not think, though, Taylor has the pace to catch up to the cars ahead unless they really start to fight hard and lose pace with one another. But it's a very big if scenario. I think they can maybe catch out P4, but I'm not too certain of a podium, as we see an Aston Martin throwing a yellow flag. Cars into the pits. It's a virtual safety car. It's a full course safety car. As the Ferrari pulls Sebastian Vettel and gets a 10-second penalty. That man, what are you doing? Let him pull that move on you and let it clip Oh my goodness, what has just happened? He said, I don't want the double stack. Fuck you. And oh my goodness, what was that? What was that? Taylor could win it. I think Taylor pit. Taylor pit. Why did Taylor pit? Oh, because it's a full course safety car, yeah. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. Had Lone Fiber not spun, he could have pit. This shows those guys were not on very old tires, and they chose to pit. This shows that they knew it was a mistake before, as Sasuke DNFs himself after, yeah, he leaves after that move from his teammate there, communicating with online services for me, unfortunately. Not quite sure what happened to me now. Whoops. Something with Sasuke leaving has fucked up my game. Online services error. Okay, I think we're good. I'm watching the race. Nope, I'm not watching the race. This is not good for the Ferrari of Sasuke or me, apparently. I have never gotten this error while commentating before, so I have no idea what's going on. The live is still going strong, so it's not my connection. And we're good. And we're not good. Okay, it looks like we... Oh, and I think we're back. Okay, I think we're back, thankfully. What just happened? Okay, so like I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by this amazing game. This proves that the top 5 should have pit under that first safety car. Had at least 3 of them pit, they would have stayed out under this second one. But with that first one, had they pit, they would have been in a really good position to get an advantage over the others. Yeah, for real. Kaboom to the EA servers. So now I'm interested. Oh my goodness, Circles is P2. Hold on. Positions changed. Okay, iRacing is leading the race with Circles P2, MOB the Show P3, Iceman P4, iThatMan P5 with a 10-second penalty. We have a lot to go over, so give me a second here. With 4 laps to go. So, as High Flying pits. Okay, so let's check out Taylor, me, and Dez are supporting you. I like Taylor a bit. The Haas, to me, were a bit dirty last race, so I don't know about full support, but yeah, sure, a bit for a big lockup. So going over the tires, the top 4 have not pit. We saw this last time. Dora's left the server. He's done. Yeah, no. After that move from my teammate, I would be too. He pulled the Sebastian Vettel, forcing him to get the shit end of a 2-stop, and was down in like P12 after that. So yeah, no, Sasuke going to be livid after that. We'll definitely not hear from Mom after that. So tires, the top runners, as my cat gets in the garbage, this is too entertaining to stop him though. The top runners before the safety car, all on the soft tire. F4 soft, Jesus soft, tire, Taylor soft, Deathwing soft, Master soft. While the current front runners are on old tires. iThatMan on mediums probably did not have a set of softs to switch to. But now the important bit, the penalties that have happened. Top 3 all on 3 seconds. Okay, that's fine. Behind them, Iceman, 12 seconds. Behind him, iThatMan, the previous race leader, 13-second penalty for trying to get ahead of F4 in the pits. He hit the throttle at the end of it as he saw F4 making that beautiful Sebastian Vettel move and got a 10-second because of that. And I'm honestly surprised he didn't leave the session. F4 on 3 seconds, Jesus on 3 seconds, Taylor on no penalty. I do not think Taylor is in podium contention. I think this is your podium contenders. F4, Jesus, Sarkles. I think those are the people that we're looking at here today for the podium. MLB, you can't count out. Here's why. He is the only one of the top 4 on old tires that are on the hards. The mediums are going to be dead by the end of this session, but the hards will be able to hang on. We might see a win from MLB here today. F4, it's so hard to tell, guys. It really is so hard to tell what will really happen at the end here, as I believe we have safety car in this lap. Sarkle's in a good position here. If the safety car take a little bit longer, it would be very hard to overtake the top 3, although on older tires. Well, the safety car is in this lap, so unfortunately they will not have that luxury. Sarkle's going wide. If Sarkles gets the podium, I'll give you an interview. If he doesn't, I'll still give you the interview. Okay, thank you, Mizzle. Sarkles peeling back from the V-carb of iRacing Noob ahead. iRacing Noob hopeful for a P5, currently leading the Grand Prix. He does not like this track at all and is leading it currently. That man making moves already. He has a 13-second time penalty, so anything he does is irrelevant. He is currently on his teammate, unless of course he were to take out his teammate. That's pretty relevant. Sarko's on the rear end of the race leader now. 3 laps left to complete in the Grand Prix. That man, a 10th on his teammate. He's going to be wanting him to let him by and let him DRS feed off of him here. His teammate, the only possible contender, in my opinion, to go and win this race, as he is on the hard tire. The front 2 runners are going to want to pull away here. So iRacing and Sarkos are pulling away pretty good, but that man is on him, as we see F4 going around the outside of the Alpine. We have a very bad shot of it. Cut to Jesus as they are wheel to wheel. F4 going for the inside, makes contact with the Alpine, opening the door for Jesus to cruise on through. These guys are running on the soft tire, and it is showing. That Alpine defending beautifully. More time penalties being handed out. Double wheel to wheel action for the Ferrari and McLaren, and Red Bull and Alpine. Still wheel to wheel the Red Bull and Ferrari, as the Ferrari might have left the door open for the McLaren to make a move, as the Red Bull runs super wide. MLB The Show might be on possible route for a win, but it might not look like it so much anymore. That man looking to have a move on Sarkos for P2, relevant with his 13 seconds of penalties. That's 10 seconds more than Sarkos has collected, so Sarkos just needs to stay within 10 seconds of him, and he will have a position over him. Next car is iRacing Noob. iRacing Noob in a very good position to win the race, with MLB The Show backing up the field out of DRS from P3. This is critical for everyone. MLB The Show would move up to the podium for a double podium for Red Bull, with iRacing Noob winning the Grand Prix. This will be absolutely amazing if these 3 drivers can stick it out. Jesus behind though on the fresh softs and DRS, while he does not have DRS of the car ahead. Yeah, so F4 made a move as that man gets through. Jesus gets through as well. That is unfortunate for MLB, as he is out of podium contention now, unless there's a mistake from the car ahead. The Ferrari looking to make up the place as Lone Fiber. Hold on, guys. Lone Fiber was like P16. Why is he P6? What the hell happened? My boy, he's back. Yeah, I don't know about that man, as we have a yellow flag being waved through some corners here. I think we're clear though. Yeah, no, that man defending aggressively in the pit lane, speeding in the pit lane because of it. Really a good move from F4, forcing that out of him, in my opinion. Ferrari is falling apart. F4 made a very good move through the pit lane on his teammate, and from a Ferrari 1-2 to a Red Bull double podium. Wow, what a race. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't think it will be a Red Bull double podium, as Lone Fiber is looking to get through the old hard Red Bull now. I believe it will be a iRacing Noob, Sarkos, and Jesus podium here, which would be a really, really nice podium to see. I would like to see Lone Fiber up on the podium as well, but I will take the 3 that we are given. If Lone Fiber can catch Jesus, he would have to have insane pace, but I think that's about this race over, boys. Let us check the penalties real quick to make sure our predictions are correct here. Yes, 13 seconds to that man. We'll switch it to leader so that way you guys get a good idea of where he would fall behind. Currently, he would fall to P8. P8 for him. Yeah, it's not, or no, 13 seconds actually. He would fall out of the points as it stands. Oof. That was a tough pill to swallow. Other drivers have penalties, so he would still get points. Probably might get removed. This man, I don't think it will get removed because he sped in the pit lane. That wasn't like a weird penalty. That was just a pure, he hit the throttle to try and get ahead of F4 through the pits there. As we watch our fake race leader and our real race leader cross the line. iRacing Noob, give yourself a track you hate, you have now won. iRacing Noob has won the American Grand Prix in Texas. Amazing, amazing stuff for him. Sarkles P2 after being P18. Jesus sticking it out for a podium. Lone Fiber starting dead last, coming up to P5, dropping back down to P18, finishes P4. Amazing drive from the top four there. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I can't wait to talk to these guys, because what the hell was that? This was way better than Baku. Way, way better. W iRacing for that one. Give yourself a bow, mate. Give yourself a bow. There he is, your race winner, iRacing. What a job he has put on today for you all. We spoke to him before the race, and he said he wasn't too confident and even getting P5. And here you see him on the top step. Aston Martin, well-deserved, absolutely. I like Sarkles. He keeps it clean. He keeps it consistent. He had a moment in the first lap, dropped to P18, and fought back for P2. Amazing job from Lone as well. Jesus, we can't ignore as well. Keeping it consistent and getting the podium. Only one of the top drivers to really able to accomplish that. Driver of the day, like I said, Lone Fiber. Last to P4, ladies and gentlemen. We'd love to see him on the podium there, but unfortunately not. We'll flash the full finishing order here so that way people need to collect it, they can. But absolutely crazy, crazy stuff for him and all the drivers out there. Like I said, Lone Fiber P20 to P4, guys. I pray for times like these. Yes, yes, get that meme out there. Racing Noob P6 to P1. Sarkles P4 to P2. P10 to P5 for MLB. Still good points for Red Bull. Double points for Red Bull at that. Deathwing picking up a point, finishing P10. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some drivers in here. I'll wait till the lobby loads so that way I can leave the lobby. So I always forget to do that. But amazing stuff from all those guys. What the hell was that? What the hell? Oh, beautiful stuff. I can't believe that move that 77 had on Sasuke there. That was something else in and of itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and leave the session and see what kind of drivers we can get talking to us here. Whoops, I'm hitting all my shift keys and it's throwing up different scenes. Sorry for that. Okay, we have iRacing Noob. We're gonna bring him in here while we request some more interviews. iRacing Noob, the
Dude,
race
I did it.
winner.
I did it.
Oh my goodness,
That was such a shock.
dude!
Such a shock.
Wow, 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 wow. That's all I have to say is wow, wow, wow. Your last few laps there, the nerves. How did it feel?
I mean, I was scared to lose the win because I knew he had DRS and I didn't, but at the same time, I knew I had the pace and the confidence to hold it with how my setup felt during the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked to you before and you weren't too confident on your setup and everything there. And yeah, you just beautiful stuff, mate. You kept it consistent and it went amazing and completely in your direction there with the safety cars. Did you feel like that you wanted to pit on that last safety car, or did you say I'm sticking it out, it's win or nothing?
For me, I honestly didn't think everyone was gonna pit, but I went longer on the hards than anybody else.
Oh, did you?
So my pressure mediums, it really helped out. So if I did box, I would have definitely lost the win. Without that safety car,
Yeah.
I was 90% sure I was gonna finish like out of the top 5, and then
Yeah.
I didn't expect everyone to stay out. So
We
everyone
we
staying
did
for
not
lucky
expect you
came.
to take that win at all or the lead.
Yeah, definitely not. That's
But
so sketchy.
very, very well done from you. We were predicting Lone for a podium early on in the race. I don't know if you ever caught it, but Lone halfway through lap 1 was P8. He went from P20 to P8 halfway through lap 1. Absolutely
Yeah,
insane
for
from
me,
him there.
I don't know if you guys saw me during the race. If you want, you can go watch that back. But
Uh-huh.
for my POV, I was just losing positions left and right
We did see
on the
that a
start.
few times. Yep.
Some of the Haas cars,
Yep.
the Red Bull almost spun me out.
Yeah,
It
for a while you
was
were out of the
yeah.
points.
Yeah, I was just full pushing, hoping that the hards would work,
Uh-huh.
or the mediums I had at the start would work.
Yep.
But yeah, also I messed up what I said. I went from mediums to hards, not hards to mediums.
Yeah,
So
okay.
the fresher hards helped me out.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, absolutely stellar drive. What do you think led you to the victory? Your consistency on track or your aggression to keep pushing and hold out hopes for good points?
Honestly, both.
Both.
Yeah. There's nothing really went wrong for me besides for the start and my qualifying, to be honest.
Okay, well said, well said. Living up to the name of the number one consistent driver based off the review standings from last Grand Prix, and it's paying off mega for you. Any last closing words for the audience and yourself?
Am I allowed to shout myself out?
Sure, you're the race winner, man.
Uh, Subscribe and follow iRacing Noob or that iRacing Noob on YouTube and TikTok and Twitch. And this video will be going up
Absolutely,
probably tomorrow
mate.
or
We
Monday.
we gave you a very good final crossing of the finish line view and announcement. We turned off the HUD and everything for you, so you should have a very nice clip of that for yourself. Take a bow, my friend. You deserve it, and have a good night.
Thank
Amazing
you, thank
race.
you. You too. See you.
See you, man. Good words there from iRacing Noob. He's going to be extremely pleased with that one. Next up, we're going to talk with P2 Sarkles. Sarkles, mate, you there?
Hey, how are
Dude,
you?
okay, we gotta talk. What happened in turn one?
I'm just now looking at it. It looks like Jesus sent me into
Oh
oblivion.
no.
So,
We
and
didn't
then
quite catch what happened. We just saw you go off and spin.
yeah, he hit my car on the right side, and I got cooked and fell
Yeah.
into the gravel.
You
And then
were.
I got
Go
so
ahead.
I happened twice on one lap. And then one of the kicks did it again, but in
Uh-huh.
sector 2.
Okay.
So that'll be an incident report for the both of them. But
Okay.
yeah, not a good way to start.
Unfortunate to hear.
Yeah, pretty good weekend for the yeah, pretty good. Sorry, I think lagged out. I heard
Yeah.
your question though.
Okay.
Pretty good weekend
Yeah,
for
definitely.
the Aston team.
Definitely. Your teammate, I did think,
Yeah,
finished like dead last, unfortunately, but you, like I said, amazing damage control there.
yeah, he did finish dead last.
Yeah.
We're gonna be looking for
A full-time
another
seat.
teammate for me.
I,
Yeah, someone
if
who
if
could
Snook can
take a
get his
spot.
Wi-Fi down, Snook seems to have some good pace there.
Yeah, so Rez or Snuck Me Bane.
Yep.
Yeah, he had some Wi-Fi issue. I kept trying to invite him back.
Okay.
Usually he's good, but he just had Wi-Fi issues. He's pretty fast. We kind of go back and forth on some tracks, but he's like he could be competing for the top 5 every race. I mean,
Mhm.
he outdoes me every now and again.
Yeah.
Don't want to admit it, but he's good. Hopefully he can be my teammate, but I think he
Yeah.
signed with
No,
someone.
he's reserve. He was asking for a full-time seat before the race if he got a podium. He is a reserve driver right now.
Oh, so as a reserve driver could sign to a different team, or is
I
that?
think they just have flexible reserves here. I think.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
But other
definitely
than
hit
that,
up your mate there, Snook, for a seat. But yeah, amazing stuff. What was going through your head driving P18? Were you looking for just some points? Did you have a good strategy in mind? What happened?
so every weekend I go into it just saying, my goal is just to finish in the points.
Uh-huh.
So that really didn't change. I didn't really change up my strat. I pitted a little earlier
Yep.
because my tires were cooked after getting spun out twice.
Uh-huh.
So I think I pitted like 2-3 laps early, but in the end it helped me out because we had 2 safety cars.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it for sure did
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Other than that, it was about cut clean race, just damage control, trying to catch up to the
Yep.
people in front of me.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
mate. Yeah, good job, good drive, and we hope to see you up on the podium again. We'll let you go here. Great job, and have a good night or morning wherever you're at.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Okay, so next up we'll finish off the podium with Jesus. Jesus, mate, you there? You there?
Yo,
Yo, Jesus, good drive,
hey, what
mate.
up? trying to get Logan in.
Who?
I'm
What's
trying
the?
to get my TP.
Oh, you're trying to get your TP in. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Real quick. For the interview, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What's their Discord name? So,
Logan, Logert.
do they know to join it, or do I need to add them?
Get my fault. I'm meeting. Yeah, he. I told him right now.
Okay. Real quick until he's here, I want to give you props. There was a lot of drivers out there that made some big plays, but of the top field, you proved to be the most consistent out there to hold on to a podium over these surprise drivers. So props to you for that, being the consistent out of the top field there to still hold on to the podium. As we're still waiting for your TP to join here. Would you like to come back again once your TP's ready and I can get another driver in here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll move you back. I'll talk to you soon. Lone, you there?
Yo.
Yo,
Oh, wait, hold on.
driver of the day and for good damn reason, man. Great drive.
Wait, what
Great
happened?
drive. What's
Thank you. Thank you.
so before the race you said that you'd be happy with a strong P9 and halfway through
Yeah.
lap 1 you were P8. What happened to get you to P8?
I didn't expect it. I just like for the whole of lap one, the grid was just like hitting and crashing with each other. I just like took
Wow.
some caution and overtook them.
Okay, well done. Yeah, we saw you jump up there and we were really hyped up for you. I thought that you might
Yeah.
have a podium there, but I think your biggest loss from the podium would have been with that first safety car towards the end of the race.
Yeah.
Why didn't you choose to pit there? You had the gap to the cars behind. The cars behind did pit. I feel if you had made that stop, you might have been on the podium. What was your head saying to you with that first
Yeah.
safety
I
car?
was I was thinking of pitting too, but I didn't have any like mediums or like
Oh, you didn't have the tire
softs.
that you wanted
Yeah.
for it?
Like I don't want to get into hards either because like it's not really that great.
Okay, and then did you pit
Yeah.
for the second safety car, I believe?
Yeah, I
Okay,
did, but like I was way behind, so like there was no way for me to gain anything.
I see. So you made a ditch effort on the second one, and it did pay off for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
P20 to P4.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, that was amazing, mate. Congrats to you for that one.
Yeah,
I wish we could have seen you on the podium there. We were rooting for you to get it, but it was still a
yeah,
mega drive regardless.
uh, yeah. Thank you.
The spin with the Red Bull, was it?
Mm, Wait,
I think
Red Bull.
it was a Red Bull or a Haas. I think you spun around when you were fighting them. What happened there?
And you're talking about the S sections?
No, not your qualifying lap. During the race, you had spun while fighting a car and lost a few positions, I believe.
Oh, I think I just spun by myself. Like
Oh, I
going on
see.
the throttle was hard.
Okay, I see, mate. Well, Mega
Yeah,
Drive, hopefully next weekend we can see you on the top three steps. Make sure this
yeah.
time or next time you don't stick it in the wall in Q1.
Gotcha. Okay, well,
St
okay.
Get a clean first lap
Yeah,
in and then maybe
yeah.
push it a little bit.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you for having a chat with us. We
Yep,
appreciate it. See you, mate.
yep.
So we have now High Flying wants a few words. High Flying, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good myself.
I'm doing all right. So I wanted to interview you the last race, and we unfortunately weren't able to. You had a really good comeback in Spa. Let me just check real quick. Race results. Dutch Grand
I
Prix.
don't recall racing in Spa. I've only raced
Maybe it
a
was.
few times when needed.
No, it was the Dutch Grand Prix. You went from P10 to P8 to secure some good points there. So going into this race, I think you finished kind of towards the back, did you not?
I went from P15 to P17.
Oof, yeah, not a
Or
good
not,
race.
not P, not, sorry, I got that wrong. I went from P15 to P7.
Oh,
My
P7.
misunderstanding.
Okay, okay, okay.
P7. It was a good drive.
Yes, I remember
It
seeing you at
was,
the back for a while, but the end was just so chaotic for us, so it was hard to keep track of the midfield.
oh, 100%.
So P15 to P7, excellent, excellent race there. You definitely took advantage of that first safety car that the top field didn't. Well paid off for you there. Consistency play factor, how did the tires feel on your setup?
The tires felt really good. It didn't feel like they were, getting chewed through or anything like that. The car was really well. It's just a matter of fact of me not locking up and, you know,
I
Maintaining it
see.
a nice.
Did you have much contact out there? Do you feel like it was a relatively clean race, or do you feel like it was a bit dirty for the drivers around you?
I mean, I'll say that I feel there are some people I couldn't clip it because I was in the process of trying to save the car.
I see.
Um, yeah, I'll just say how it is.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt I was at the apex of turn 5 and 6,
Uh-huh.
and those left rights,
Yep.
and the McLaren reserve driver. I just got hit and I got spun and
That's unfortunate.
rallied back to get him. He had a 13-second penalty, I believe, from
Yeah,
that.
there was
So
plentiful of penalties out there tonight.
COTA is not one of my favorite tracks, and I don't mind it, but if it's on the calendar, I got no problem running it
Right.
at
Yeah,
all.
no. Well, you're the second driver to tell us that. The first driver to tell us that went from P8, P6 or something to win. So the people hating Coda are benefiting pretty well tonight.
They are, and my philosophy is if I can leave a track with a little bit more knowledge than what I had going into it, and I'm pretty familiar with
Uh-huh.
COTA, but if I could leave it with no time penalties or any issues with anybody, but still put up good battles, I call
That's
that
a
a good
win.
day.
Yep.
Any way I can help Racing Bulls secure some points, I'm pretty happy with myself.
That's good to hear. Good to hear, mate. We'll get the next guy in here. Well done tonight. 8 positions for some decent points for
I
V-Carb.
appreciate
Well
it.
done. Have a good night.
You
See you,
too,
mate.
thank you.
So we will get in now. Mizzle celebrating the Aston Martin podium.
Oh, what's happening?
What's up, Mizzle? How are the
How about that?
vibes? How about them Cowboys?
Oh my God.
How about them
I am
Cowboys?
one proud happy camper.
Well, you have one reserve driver last place, another
We don't talk about that.
P4 to P18 to P2. So we don't talk about the reserve. We don't talk about the reserve.
Reserve doesn't even exist. Don't know who it was.
Okay. So, how much were you guiding circles there through this race weekend? Or was there not much
Guiding?
input? Yeah,
Bro, I
like,
was gone the entire day. I was gone the entire day.
so that was
He went out
purely
there.
circles.
He's a goat, bro. He does that type of shit. Just
I
give him the
see.
ball. He's gonna ISO and he's gonna cook it up.
I see,
That's
I see. So, proud team leader of circles there from Mizzle, I suppose. How do you feel looking for an Aston second seat still? Do you have your eyes on any particular drivers yet?
You know, this reminds me of Red Bull. The cursed second seat.
Uh-huh.
What
Does
we're gonna
feel like
do?
that.
We're gonna what we're gonna do. We're not even gonna find another driver because if he can keep performing, it's all we need.
Okay. So you're purely
It's just
going to
how it's gonna
rely
work.
on a reserve to back up Aston Martin's points.
Which is not gonna happen. You know that.
Okay. Well, so are you looking for a reserve to sign or a reserve to just keep bringing points in?
Point to the stretch. Point to the stretch.
Points is a stretch.
Let's hope the points happen, right?
Uh-huh.
But if they don't, I'm not gonna be mad because if Klez keeps performing, I am one happy person.
I see.
It is that simple.
Well, that's unfortunate to hear for Sarkles then. Are you not concerned about him not having a teammate to play the team game to help him win some races, back up some drivers, and help him out, toes in
You know,
qualifying?
How many people are watching stream?
One.
Okay, then we're good. There's a decision in the making. I was talking with Noob.
Uh-huh.
He said I could always step down into a driver role,
Ooh.
and if we find a replacement, he could lead the team.
So you're saying that we might see a Aston Martin P2, P18 every race?
Listen here, okay? Listen. I am a consistent driver in the points.
Okay.
Consistent driver.
Okay.
The last time I raced here, I was consistent. Competition is still fairly good.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard.
It
But
would be difficult.
Yeah. If I step down,
Yeah.
I could possibly bring in P9s and P7s. It's It's exactly like that. It's not
I
even an
think
estimate.
I think the important thing for Circles and a teammate is someone that can play the team game to help them
Hmm.
out in the DRS trains we saw today. Ferrari not playing the team game and not helping out their teammates defend from the Red Bull definitely would have played out entirely different this race had they done so.
Ferrari. Well, how do I say this in the nicest way? Are fucked over.
They certainly are,
They
and
have
we
one
saw a
driver.
very interesting pit lane move from them. I don't know if you caught that.
I was there for that.
Uh,
Very problematic.
Yes, that was an interesting call from F4. The Ferrari drivers not entirely liking each other while on similar pace.
Hmm. Well,
So
yeah, I mean, depression all over again for them. I
it
think this might
certainly
be the end of
is.
them.
It might be. It very well might be. I believe they had a decent finish last race. Let me check again. I believe yes, it was Ferrari P3, P7 last time around in Baku. So Ferrari were getting decent points, and now this race they'll hardly get any.
Hmm.
As,
Yeah.
as the clips are rolling into the Discord already.
Doesn't mean much for us. I think we are. Well, I don't know standings. Let's have a peep.
I can check that right now. So after the last Grand Prix, Aston Martin was P5. They lost a position to Alpine. I think you guys will gain that position back and be pretty close to the V carb.
Hmm. If we could solidify ourselves as a top five team,
That'd
that
be
is
pretty
that is
impressive,
a
certainly.
good book.
And this will also move up your number one driver in the standings. I'm looking for him now. He was P11. He should move up around P8 or 7 after this good finish for him. Second race for the team, and he's doing really, really well. Good on him for that, showing good pace early on in his career here.
Hmm. I've raced with him in the ERS on debut with him.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, it was we both placed around P10 and 11 for the qualifying. He wasn't on my team, but uh, I helped him out. We were in the Discord call.
Uh-huh.
He came in P2. I came down in P4 with the penalty, and he is a good driver. That is why I love to have him.
Yeah, that he is for sure. And we're getting word that Ferrari and you might have a partnership going on between the two teams.
But perchance, never know.
Perchance. Okay. Certainly some interesting moves going around with Aston Martin. Insane race. I hope that the drivers enjoy the commentary there. We gave iRacing Noob a proper send off across the line. You saw that happen along with your driver
Hmm.
in P2. Beautiful stuff this entire weekend. This league just absolutely paying out with amazing race after amazing race and a great way to send off the day. Thank you, Mizzle, for joining us, and thank you, the viewers, as well. If you want to thank them to Mizzle, it wouldn't be possible without them.
No, yeah, we respect the views around here.
Absolutely.